Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Adam and Robbie.
Hello, hello. Woo.
Robbie's come back from a long trip.
Marathon
Successful
weekend.
trip.
It was good. It was good. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
And I got this free shirt.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
Look at you.
So
It's too big. We'll talk
Dude,
about
I'm
it.
wearing a free shirt too.
Nice.
I paid for this shirt.
Oh.
Petrol box.
I do. I wear that shirt quite
Dude,
a bit. Though.
I really like
that
this
shirt. I like.
It's
Petrol
very
box is nice.
soft.
Yeah.
It's like this. The Apex Pro shirt's very
Yeah.
soft.
Get your
Let me
petrol
feel you.
boxes,
Hold on a
people.
second.
It's soft.
You guys, if you don't have petrol boxes, you should
That's
get
a good
petrol
Christmas
boxes.
gift.
Yeah.
BTW.
And
It's the right time of year.
John told me one time because I asked him, our code still works.
Oh, there you go. I don't remember what our code.
I don't know what it is
Is
either.
it 10 tenths or 10 tenths
I
podcast?
think it was 10
10/10ths.
Pretty sure it was 10
Try that.
tenths.
10
Check
tenths
out.
spelled out.
Yes.
Yeah, try it. If it
Pretty
doesn't
sure.
work,
Go-
message.
Go to the
us.
YouTube channel and look up the unboxing
There
video.
you go.
It's in there.
It's in
There
there.
you go.
So, well, that's nice. You must have talked to Andrew.
I did.
And you talked to John, unfortunately, it looks like.
John.
Johan.
I did.
JB?
There's a show.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Am I supposed to have it?
I don't think so.
It's going to
Not
be
yet.
on 10 tenths.
I thought he said that we were both
We're
getting
both.
it.
Yeah, we're both releasing it apparently.
What was it? What'd you guys do?
We did a live show.
Yeah?
At the potluck.
Yeah?
And people stuck around for the show.
I'm sorry.
And then left when we were done. It was really weird.
Well,
Well, because I have no idea who these people are. They literally sat at the table, had their own little conversation, but
Yeah, yeah,
stayed
yeah.
for the potluck, and then stayed for us to do the whole show. And then when we finished and packed up, that's when they left.
when you say the whole show, are we talking like 10 minutes? Are we talking
Almost
30 minutes?
At least 30.
Damn.
That
It was weird.
considering you don't like people,
I was so social.
Oh, dude.
you
see,
had to be social though.
I talked to lots of people.
Honestly,
and I
that's,
didn't even get to
like-
talk to all the people I wanted to talk to.
That's the thing that I was most mad about for
You could-
Robbie. Me not being there is that there was nobody there to make Robbie feel a little less awkward.
Right. We sent the guy
Like,
that
I
likes
coulda-
people the least.
I could have ran
to
a
do all
little
the
bit of
talking.
interference for him.
Yep.
You know, like taking some of that load, but I couldn't be there.
Nah, I talked to everybody. It was great.
He said, "Take a load."
I know he did. That's way worse than what I said last week.
I don't remember what you said
I
last
was
week.
comparing the Cavalier
Oh,
Lambo
it's the best.
Me, obviously, take it out of
Favorite-
context.
It's my favorite thing in the whole world.
Anywho,
Well, yeah,
we can talk about that stuff later.
later.
That's a little lead in.
Yeah.
Get you guys stick around a little bit
Foreshadowing, yeah.
louder, a little bit longer. Let's do Mr. Adams Opener, presented by Factory Fabrication.
So I think in the past we have talked about Pro Solo and that format.
Yes,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
definitely.
Where you have two mirrored courses and you have a drag racing like Christmas tree start, and I think you run both courses and then average the times together. And we've always talked about how like that really looks like a lot of fun, right?
Yes.
I think that really adds an interesting aspect to autocross. But number one, I think it's very time consuming because you have to run two cars on two courses and you can't run another car on that course at the same time. And number two, it takes a lot of space. So this region in
Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta region SCCA.
Yes. They have come up with what they're calling dual cross, DUEL. Used correctly this time. Looking
Ayo.
at you, Crossfire guy. Where they basically have, for lack of a better term, a road course in a parking lot
Yep.
with two starting lines opposing each other, and you both run the same lap, you know, like one guy starts 3 or 4 corners ahead of the other guy, and whoever crosses their start finish line first wins.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you have two cars on the same course, but they should never meet with each other.
Not unless something catastrophically goes wrong.
And even if you do meet with if
Should be slow
so
enough
say
speeds
you're
to catch
chasing
it.
the guy, if you catch him,
You clearly won.
you're gonna win.
You don't have to try to
Right?
pass.
You don't have to pass him. You just
You won.
It's fine.
There's
It's
nothing
over.
they can do. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, I think this is cool. I sent this to Josh Fettis and Ryan Seiler because I talk to them all the time, and Ryan and Josh are both really deeply involved with their, or have been deeply involved with their autocross group there in Sioux Falls, and know a lot about the timing system that I don't know anything about, because that was my first question: is how do you make this work?
Yeah, you have to have multiple timing setups.
I think that at the end of the day, you'd have to have 2 sensors.
Yep.
And you either have to have someone who's smart enough to ignore the weird times,
Yeah.
or Josh said that maybe you could like build in some sort of delay where the sensor ignores anything for 15 seconds.
Right.
So like if you you have the go, and then the guy comes around the first couple corners and then goes through the other guy's start finish.
Yep.
As long as he does that within the first 15 seconds of the run, the system ignores it.
Yeah, I bet you could figure that out.
So I also suggested flashlight starts and photo finishes, taking this shit to the streets.
What did he say?
Well, Josh was in.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be cool. Either way, I really like this idea. I think that this sort of stuff is things that regions can do, you know, to keep things interesting.
I guess you wouldn't even necessarily need to time it. You just need to figure out who crossed the line first. You need a light.
Yeah, I suppose.
Whoever triggered the light first wins.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Well,
I think in theory, one side would be faster than the other side.
you have a better setup.
Yes.
In theory.
Why do you think that?
And why I'm saying that is I'm looking at the start finish at the bottom.
He has a much faster first corner than the other guy.
I'm not as worried about that, but when the green car comes around, he's going to get that whole straightaway to build speed.
But
Whereas the red car is going to have to start in the middle from 0. You know what I mean?
I think if they start at the same time and they have to complete the same course, I don't know that it really matters.
I think it does. Think about, okay,
It
so
depends on how the course is laid out.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. So, like, if you, like, think, for instance, if you're at RPM and you start in a corner, but the other guy gets to start at the end of the front straight, your speed to get up to the maximum speed that your car can drive through that corner, that differential's a lot lower than that guy who can just haul ass down the straight.
Or worse, if you start him in the middle of the straight and he doesn't have a chance to hit the high speed.
Right.
Yep.
He's losing tons of time.
And you can bonsai through the lights on that straightaway, whereas the other guy is going to have to brake. So he can't bonsai through the lights.
Yep.
I think what you're going to have to do is make sure that both people's you have 2 straightaways that are the same length.
Yep.
With 2 as similar as you can entrances and exit corners.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you.
I mean, you'll just have to take it
And then
into account.
whatever else is in the rest of the course shouldn't matter, because both of you have to cover it. As long as the straightaway and the entry and exit corners are as close as you can get to the same, it should be fine.
Yes.
So
I'm just here to pee in everybody's Cheerios
no,
today.
I think that's
see
good.
that, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what.
But that's what people would do immediately.
to
If you
think
tried to
about
set
it.
that up, people would immediately figure that out and start
Or-
bitching about it.
just like in Pro Solo.
Run it both ways.
You run them both ways and average the times,
Could do that.
or even sum the times and give them a total.
Yep, that would work too. But that sounds like fun. I would like to do that. And you got a couple cars on course at a time, so that's good.
Yeah, I think this is slightly more efficient than a Pro Solo, which is good for a regional race, you know?
Sure.
I also think that this would take less space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
So, and it'd be a lot easier to set up, because setting up 2 identically mirrored courses is, I mean, I suppose they don't have to be identical because you have to run them both.
Right.
But they still need to be somewhat close.
Wait, I fixed the problem. You could start on opposite sides, but you don't start until you run through a light somewhere. So just because you start somewhere doesn't mean that your time has to necessarily start there. You could put it at like the exit of a corner. See what I'm saying? So you're up to speed. So then it wouldn't matter what the course looked like. You put the 2 start points at 2 different sides of the course.
Right, but you only have 1 start-finish line somewhere else.
No, you'd go through that same beam. You'd have to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah. I think the timing is the hardest part.
For sure.
I don't know if you have to have 2 sensors. I like the idea of flashlight starts and photo finishes, but I know that in Pro Solo, they've come down to like fractions of a second, and that would be all but impossible to do.
No, you'd have someone argue.
Yeah. I mean, this is supposed to be for fun, but let's be real.
Fun?
Here.
No, we're not here to have fun. We're here to win.
Yeah, I want my $5 trophy, God damn it.
Yes. I want to earn it.
I want I don't want this to be a participation trophy like every other autocross trophy I've ever earned.
Yes.
I want this the hard way.
Speaking of $5 trophies, do we know who won our...
We still have one more event, technically.
Oh, when is that event?
Oh, autocross?
Yeah.
Like, not this Saturday, but the one after.
Okay.
The 12th.
Okay.
For some reason, either Chris typed it wrong or it's on a Saturday.
It might be on a Saturday. It could be on a Saturday.
Sure.
Or maybe they changed it to a 2-day event after we got screwed with all of our events, all our event centers piecing out. So it might be a 2-day event. But there is a race for a championship that we don't know who's in.
Because we are
didn't
the
pay
worst.
attention at all.
We are the worst.
Because it was being led by all BMWs and we got disinterested.
It wasn't that.
Wasn't it though? Well, not that, but it wasn't.
The season kind of fell apart for us locally.
Yeah, it did.
Because we lost a handful of our events due to the venue saying no more, and none of us made it to any of the ones that did happen, and we're all so stupid busy that it just didn't work. And so unfortunately we didn't really follow that as closely as we could or should have. And I apologize to everybody who participated in it, because I do feel bad about it.
Well, it's not over yet.
I would have
think
liked
they
to
had
have been-
fun.
Yeah, but I already have stuff I can't miss on that day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 12th's no good.
I don't have any weekend I'm not busy until like the second week in November.
That sounds about right.
So annoying.
Yeah, I'm ready for a legit off season. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. Just
After PRI, man.
Yep. Just let me be.
Then we can just not.
Is that
do
December?
It's the
Yeah.
first weekend in December.
Yeah, I will
And then we're-
disappear into the
Then
winter
we're
and
done
emerge
with
in the
shit
spring.
until March. No,
We'll have to call Robbie.
that's
April.
not true
April.
either.
You got January.
Convention.
What convention?
SCCA.
Oh shit!
And
yeah,
th-
that's
and
in
then-
no, that's February 1st. First week of February.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the last week.
I have no idea.
Well, last
I don't
weekend of
remember.
January, first week of February, I think. And then there's also the Mid-Iv convention that I'm supposed to be at.
Where's that?
Kansas City.
When?
Like the week before.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It might be fun to go to. We'll see.
Yeah,
By then, I'll be ready to do stuff.
maybe.
So my mom
Or
will
I'll
go
be
with you.
mid-project.
I won't be mid-project. I don't have projects in my life.
I gotta put engines and stuff someday.
I'm not probably going to do any of that
Engines
stuff
are in,
either.
so that's good.
I spent all the money already. I just need to do it. You know what I mean?
Your RX-7 will make a great time trials car.
I know. I didn't even look at that vote. I should go look that up.
It's time trials
Put a-
by
put
like
a
a
vote.
landslide.
Dude, there were
Vote.
drift people voting time trials.
Vote.
He put his RX-7 on Instagram and said, "What should this be? Time trials or drift?" And it was like 96% drift on time trials.
But like I said, the drift
Time
people
attack
said
community has
time
embraced
attack.
us.
No, the drifters were saying time attack too.
That's because they all know that we're not going to have a track to do it. Nobody
cares.
I
They
think
don't know
that-
what
I
to
think
do.
that was
None of
the
them want to
mentality.
do parking lot drifting either.
They probably want like one or two people to start doing time attack, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, now we can all jump on board."
Now it's cool.
Yep, now it's cool. All right,
Yep,
he did it. It's fine. We can
Thanks,
do it now.
Michael.
you should.
I might. I mean, all I got to do is get that diff changed. That's really all I got to do.
Come
You
through.
still have the LSD, don't you?
Yeah, it just needs rebuilt.
Because
Which
you
is not
didn't
the end of
weld
the
that
world.
one.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
welded the open, so
it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be fast. Be
Yeah, it
more
would
car
be.
than I need.
Nine
It's a great
Lives
place
makes
to-
a wing
great
kit
place to
for
be
it.
in. Oh yeah,
True. I'm not. I'm definitely not opposed to it. I don't know. I just don't know. I like it. Really bums me out. Like getting to the point where I was starting to like, not gonna say getting the hang of it, but I was starting to get it figured
learning.
out, and then shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
and
they
How
take-
hard
I
is it to swap diffs on that car?
pretty. Well, I'm not gonna say
gotta-
pretty
it's
easy,
gotta be
but
what, like-
fairly easy.
a handful of bolts.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously you're not going to do it at an event, but like if
You
a
could.
drift event came along, it would be what 30 minutes of work, 40 minutes, an hour.
an hour
hour.
probably.
I mean,
The way that
what it
the
is.
diff
assume-
is held in there
Yeah,
is
let's say-
stupid on that car.
Oh, I was gonna say the 240. You got 2 bolts to the back flange or whatever you want to call it, and then 2 come from the bottom. Then you got 6 on the axles, and then just 4 to the drive shaft.
Yeah.
That's it. Just falls right
But
out.
I mean, if you had an hour's worth of work in it to go do a drift event here and there, that isn't the end of the
That'd be
world.
fine. I guess we'll see what happens with RPM next year. It's underwater again, so
And more underwater.
it's probably more
still.
underwater now
It's
than it
gonna
was
be-
last
yeah,
week.
It's going to be more underwater now for sure.
Great.
It rained. It's been basically raining the last 36 hours.
Sick of it.
Like, being selfish about racing aside, what is everybody else in that part of Nebraska doing with their life now that it's underwater?
They moved. They're gone.
What about that trucking place that had...
It's gone
I'm
now.
not even kidding.
never
like
even opened
500 semis.
They never opened it again.
No, I'm pretty sure they left. It's packed up.
So that's it.
I don't know if they'll rebuild.
Millions of dollars. They had to have made millions and millions of dollars to that place a year.
I don't know if they'll
Gross.
rebuild it, but it did not reopen between floods this year. That was
What about the Harley
closed.
Davidson dealership?
That's gone, man. For sure.
I've never seen
The fuck?
anything about that.
I bet they moved.
What about all the other people north of there or south of there that we
Dude,
don't even know
entire
about?
sections of the interstate got washed out.
Yeah, they're gone.
What are we doing about that? Nothing?
That's Nebraska's problem.
No, it's really not. This is a political conversation I don't want to get into.
Yep.
It's good. This will take us into places I don't want to deal with.
We don't need to maintain levees. Moving on.
Okay.
It's a whole deal.
I'm just
It's a
saying.
whole deal.
Farmers and whatnot.
I know.
That's all I'm saying,
I know,
man.
dude.
People's livelihoods.
If you want to eat,
I know.
Yeah, if you want to eat.
Yeah, the racetrack's the least of our problems.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm just, people making a living. Goddamn. It's hard enough as
people
it is.
living. Period.
People living.
There's a lot of
people
houses
not
in
dying.
that area. Lots of houses.
Yep.
That's fine. Do what you want.
Sucks.
Speaking of people being no good, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Mr. Booney Boone.
I think he's good.
Booney is the best, though.
Do you guys know, because I haven't seen, I don't know if it just got buried in the world of social media or if they haven't been saying, did they get a motor?
They had a motor.
Did they?
Yeah, because when I swapped tires, Randy was cleaning it up.
So they've got another motor for the car.
That was
already.
from the original parts car. So they have another motor with like
That's right.
some odd number of miles on it.
Okay.
So they're just cleaning it up, throwing it on. So they should be ready for Hallett at the end
Those
of the
guys
month.
are.
Is it a BMW motor?
Yes.
Okay.
What else would it have been?
Yeah, he doesn't want to jump class.
Really? In
No,
that
dude,
class
I
that
think
they're
they're
in?
already in
Their
the
class is
Are they?
screwed, yeah.
I think they're already in the top class.
Oh, I didn't pay
Man,
attention
put
to that.
LS7 in that bitch. Let's go. What are we doing? Jesus
It's
Christ.
fine.
6.2
that
liters
shit
of raw
up.
fighting
Turn
fury.
that shit up, son. 600 horsepower.
That'd be great.
Booney did say
Just-
he likes the sound of a
Just
Chevy V8
just pull it out of Josh's Corvette.
when he's not looking.
Yeah.
He's
not-
on the team. What kind of
Yeah.
team player is he? He doesn't
Yeah,
give him a
that's
motor.
what I'm saying. And he's not using it right now anyway.
Don't say that Robbie has his motor.
Yeah, he had a block and I took it.
You
I bought it.
you paid for it.
I
That's
bought it.
different.
Well, since he gave up his spare motor, he's going to have to come up with a motor somehow.
Don't you have a spare now?
I got a block. that
Pile
could-
of shit
yeah,
that
I
you
got
need to go through.
I got a heavy block.
Well, so I mean, isn't that what you got from him?
They could fix that block if they really
That's
wanted
what I'm
to.
saying.
Just replace the crankshaft.
Just give that back
Block's
to them.
fine.
Yeah, actually is. The block is fine.
Yeah,
it just
see?
needs a good
Just
cleaning.
a head.
To make
See?
sure there's no.
Some heads, you'll be fine.
Yeah, they can build that.
Be fine.
I'm telling you, just take the one out of Josh's vet. He's not using it right now anyway.
What is he doing with the vet?
Not racing it because all of his racing money's going into the
That's
the-
a good one too.
to the
LS6 man.
endurance race. Yeah, he's
400
got a
horsepower. It's good
C5
shit.
Z.
It's good shit. Put that in there. Just drop it straight in.
Yeah.
Build a couple mounts. We know some people.
Yeah, how
Them.
hard can it be? They're literally
They're
the
the
people.
The people. They
that
can
we
make some
know.
mounts. You know.
And it'd look beautiful in the process because everything in that car looks fantastic.
Right.
I couldn't believe it.
So it would look good and sound good
And it would be fast,
and,
Yeah.
and reliable.
and reliable.
probably.
Maybe. Doesn't that have the sodium-filled valves that everybody complains about?
No,
Or is
that's
that
the
lid?
LS. That's the C6 Z06.
The LS7. There's something wrong with the LS6 too, though. Something
sure there
happens. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's
not worry about
that's
that.
not important.
What's the oil pump thing that it
Josh
does?
probably already fixed that, knowing Josh.
Oh,
Probably
for sure.
true.
It's for sure fixed.
Josh already, yeah. If it didn't come fixed, he fixed it because that's just the way he is.
Yeah, he's not gonna let that just slide.
If anybody else needs advice for their racing team, hit us up.
Yeah, we'll give you great
Send
advice.
us a DM on Instagram, and we'll give you some advice.
We'll fix all your
We'll
problems.
fix your problems.
I mean, you have to figure out how to implement the solution, but we'll give you a solution.
Right. Results are not guaranteed.
We're not going to do it for you.
Yeah, nothing
No.
in life is guaranteed, so that's just
Or
on you.
free.
We're basically motivational speakers for your race team. You know?
I like it.
That's actually very true because how
Let's
many
do
race
it.
teams listen to our podcast in their race shop?
It's true.
A
Or
lot.
on their way
a
to their
shockingly
races.
large number.
Just a side note. Anybody that's telling you how to do something doesn't know how to do it. I've seen way too many workshops about like buying commercial real estate and what else, like growing or being an Instagram influencer and all this shit.
Jesus Christ!
If you are getting a targeted ad for those people, it's because they are unsuccessful at it. Otherwise, they'd be fucking doing that and not telling you how to do it.
Chaz, a friend of mine who is a teacher, once told me, "Those who can't do, teach."
Fair enough.
I don't have anywhere to go from that. It was just annoying me the other day.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, I guess we'll.
Yeah.
They've got here. I got the.
If I knew how to make millions and millions of dollars in real estate, I wouldn't be telling you.
No,
I'd be doing.
I wouldn't be telling you how to
do it.
find commercial rental properties. I'd be buying them myself. Think about it. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm looking at their schedule right now. They've got an event
How at the 27th?
20th, 1920, in Coda, November. So
Hell yeah.
get that LS installed and then go to those two events. No problems at all. FactoryFabrication.com, Mr. Booney and crew, and Max, some other folks. Commercial, residential, all your metalworking and woodworking needs there. That's a nice staircase on the right.
It's a beautiful
That's a nice
staircase.
looking staircase there. I think that's whose house is that? Jesus Christ.
There's two different houses.
That's insane.
We sure that's a house?
Yeah,
That looks
like an office building.
No,
No,
that
those-
looks like
those are
those look like
houses.
That's not like
residential
one of those
windows.
new fancy.
I'm in the residential part of the
That's not one of those
website.
new fancy open workplace.
No, this is an open work home.
No desks.
No,
You gotta stand all the time.
This is a home.
No,
Oh, okay.
I think that's called a home because nobody works at an office anymore,
No.
You're not wrong.
and everybody besides us works like 6 hours a day
You're telling me.
and has better health insurance than us.
Well, that's definitely not me.
Especially Robbie. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, that's definitely a house. So if you want that in your house, or I guess your place of business also, factoryfabrication.com.
I do
like.
I don't have any
Cool.
places for stairs to go, but I mean, I would still take them.
I
They
can
look
find
cool.
places, yeah. I think they'd build
I
a
live in
deck.
a single story.
That would
with
for
no
sure build it.
basement,
Didn't he
Robbie.
do it? Didn't he? Or no, he just did that
No, he
railing
just-
on that deck.
Now you just talk shit about how mine looks and how it could be way better.
Didn't he tell you needed to put a railing on your
Uh-huh.
stairs that you built? Did you
Yep.
put a railing on the stairs that
did
you
not.
built? Oh, I'm definitely falling down your stairs this weekend.
Good, I have insurance.
I didn't say I was going to see it. I just said I was going to fall down the
It's
stairs.
fine. Fall. I don't care. Moving on.
Robbie, this is your topic. Why don't you run with
Robbie,
it?
what'd you do this weekend?
I went to the SCCA Time Trials
Oh, God.
Nationals in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Whoops.
I don't know. We want to just do this chronologically.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
Thursday morning, got up at 4 a.m. I had all my stuff packed because we did the podcast Wednesday. So I basically loaded everything up Wednesday, came over, did the podcast, went home, went to bed. I actually edited the podcast, then went home and went to bed. And then uploaded the podcast, left 4 in the morning, just drove to Kentucky.
It's only 10 hours.
Yeah,
it's not as bad of a
10
drive.
10 and a half hours?
10 and a half. It's not as bad a drive as I thought it
Yeah,
was.
but you got to
Until I
drive through
Googled it.
St. Louis, and then
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. And then, yeah, by the time you stop for gas, because it's like a million fucking miles.
And you're towing, so
you're
it's
towing,
never as
so
fast as it should be.
No, because, yeah, a 10-hour trip turns into a 12-hour trip pretty damn fast.
Ooh, 12 hours is...
By the time you stop for food and
That's a lot.
gas. Yeah,
Like I tell everybody who asks me why I live in Iowa, once you get used to the fact that everything's at least 8 hours away, it's not that bad.
it's not bad at all.
It's not really that bad.
No, it's like 4 hours.
Most stuff's 4.
Everything. No.
Chicago's 5. Minneapolis is like 3.5.
Yeah, but everything that we want to do,
Kansas City's 3.5.
Well, because I'm talking to car people. And everything we want to do car related is usually 8 hours away. PRI,
It's not wrong.
Gingerman, TT Nats. You know,
Yeah. So did you get there about 5 o'clock then?
Yeah, about 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that.
is that like the coolest facility?
It's so good.
Dude, that track looks so rad.
NCM is so good.
I watched
It is.
I watched some of the in-car from this weekend. That track has a lot more elevation than I thought it did.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there's a spot where this dude's like coming into a corner and you can't see it.
No, it's 23 blind fucking corners. That's what it is. It's 3.2
cool.
miles of 23 blind corners.
Dude, there's one corner there that like almost falls off as much as Laguna Seca corkscrew, I would think.
Yeah, so you're talking
Dude,
about turn
so much.
sinkhole.
It's towards
at-
the end.
Yeah, turn 19. So you're talking
Yeah.
about turn 19. So you take 17 to 18, 19, obviously. So then you come around. It's kind of a sweeper through 18 and 19. And then it just dive bombs into 20.
So far, dude.
It's
so
it's-
far.
It's 20 feet. It's a 20-foot drop. just
over a pretty short distance.
Yep, 20 feet down, and then you come right back up through 20 into 21.
Can I see the track map?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're looking at it there. Oh,
So you ran Grand Course, right?
Yeah, we ran Grand Full.
Yeah.
And it's impressive.
It looks impressive.
I mean, yeah, in all reality, most of those turns are pretty blind. Like, you have to trust that they're there, which is very intimidating for someone that's never been there.
Yeah.
So I was not mad about being thrown into novice group.
That
worked out really well for me.
That seems like one of those tracks that you really don't get that much time
You don't.
in a straight line.
No, yeah, that either. Well,
It's
I mean,
like
you got the front straight and the back. It's not really a straight.
That mid-straight thing.
Yeah.
This thing?
Through between
That
what?
isn't.
And this
Straight.
thing.
Yeah, so
There's a lot of isn't straights on there.
Yeah, so from
Corvette S's.
13 to 15, you can take it flat out, but it's
still
it's
a
not
corner.
really a straight.
I mean, you're still doing input.
Yeah. Yeah, through 14 is
Yeah.
as you're turning, but you're flat.
Then apparently the curbs are monstrous.
They're pretty tall. You're expected to ride them and jump them. So like,
Yeah, are we racing here or
yeah,
what, Robbie?
turn 12 is where you see most cars at 30,
I saw
30
it.
degree angles.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, Deception. That one's hard. That one, because you hit the curb and you don't see
It
anything
didn't earn the
else
name
except the curb.
Deception for no reason.
They have really nice runoffs at 12. I know that's because I went to them.
There's a few places there that don't have really nice runoffs too, it looked like.
Most of them have really good runoffs.
There's a lot of walls there though.
There are. And like 4 cars found them over the weekend, which
Four's
is
a high number.
it's a very
But
high
there were
number.
200 cars there.
Oh, it was that many?
Yeah,
That's
it was
pretty- that's not so bad.
194, I
Yeah,
think, was the grand
200
total.
was sellout, and they were painfully close to doing it.
Yep. So I think they actually hit 200 or what, like real close to it, and then between people that couldn't make it, so then it dropped back down to like 194.
Yeah, some pre-race attrition.
Yep. So it was really good. Yeah, the course is very, very, very challenging. So you get
Facilities are gorgeous, I'm sure.
facilities are gorgeous. There's a huge parking lot that they actually run autocrosses and stuff on. That's
Yeah, yeah.
obviously where everyone parks and camps and stuff. Yeah, the facilities. So like literally the facilities, the bathrooms and all that stuff's nice. They have a line of showers that are just regular showers. So that's nice.
good.
Hot water all weekend.
So good.
Showered every day. That's
man,
nice.
look at you,
That
Robbie.
is nice.
Jesus.
You don't usually have that at like Gateway, for example. You don't shower.
Because showering's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But yeah, it's super great. So I got there for Thursday afternoon, which a lot of people showed up for that Holly Performance Day.
Yeah, that
which
was
is-
super cool.
I really disappointed that I missed that because I should have been there because Andy Pilgrim did a virtual track walk. He took 53 minutes to walk through the course in his presentation.
That's crazy.
And I'm so mad that I missed that.
That's so cool.
I'm
Andy
so-
Pilgrim. Are you kidding me?
He's a residential pro.
yeah.
So he's there, you can get
Yeah, he's a Corvette driver.
a
factory driver.
driving lessons from him if you want to just go to NCM and pay him to coach you for a day.
What are you doing with your money, Robbie?
Changing my car so I can go back again next year. Or changing other cars so I can go back.
I'll bet whatever money you spend would be better spent with an hour or with a day at the track with Andy Pilgrim.
I won't disagree with that at all. But yeah, so got there for Thursday. And yeah, Apex Pro did a little seminar speech thing, and then so
Yeah.
did Racer 360. Both things I really wish I could have been there for. What is really nice though
Plus
is
a bunch of track time.
that too. Yeah, it was basically open lapping.
Yeah.
From what my understanding is,
Tested
that you just kind of jump in, you just go. So a lot of people did that. A lot of people took advantage of that, which is, dead serious. If you're going next year, make sure you do that. You will not get enough track time. I mean, you get plenty of track time. It's just not enough.
Because that track's so wild.
3.2 miles is a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
23 turns.
It's a lot of turns.
It's a
man.
lot.
It's a lot of turns.
I didn't really think about it, but it's a lot.
So many.
A fast lap, like record-breaking lap, is 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Right.
That's a long fucking time per lap.
There's a lot of places for you to fuck all of that up.
Yeah, and these turns lead into other turns. So when you make a mistake at 6, you're still fucked at 10. Those mistakes carry.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
You're talking about huge gaps of time that you've screwed yourself out of.
Yeah, you make a
because
mistake at
missed the
6.
corner entry.
It's like a second at 7, a second at 8, a second at 9, a second at 10. And it's just screwed. Now you're like so far off pace, it's not even funny.
Just scrap it.
Yep. So yeah, Thursday was really good. Just kind of get around, get acquainted. I'm disappointed that I missed out on all the like not seminars, whatever you want to talk about.
Seminars, absolutely.
But Andy Pilgrim's was on Facebook Live, so I stole that off the internet, and that saved on my computer for next year, so I can watch it again and again. Yes, that was really just get there Thursday and meet everybody, hang out. Friday, I was, you like this. I was actually one of the announcers.
I know. God, I was so jealous.
It was me and Larry McLeod. Yeah, whatever. So he was the MC like the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So then I would just go up there for hours at a time, and we would just talk about how things were going for me. Talk about how things were going on track. God. I was doing grid calls.
Robbie, look at you.
I was up there for sure an hour and a half just BSing with Larry for the lunch hour of Saturday.
Look at you, Robbie.
Just talking about my experience, talking about like what was going on with him, how everyone was doing on the track, what we thought of the track. He's a professional though, Larry.
What was he in?
He didn't drive.
Oh,
he's a solo guy and just didn't drive this event. So so he was doing all their announcing and commentating.
Cool.
Very, very good. He did a really good job all weekend, just keeping everybody on pace, like keeping everyone rolling through grid, keeping everybody aware of what was going on. Like it was.
Do they have a good PA system there?
Rock solid. Yes, very good. Oh, man. My only complaint about the PA system is that there isn't one on the track side of the buildings because there's a decibel limit. It's 103 decibels at 50 feet.
So those fucking houses.
Yep, those people complain, which is really annoying because you can hear cows from that side too. So you're really in the country.
Those houses were built after that track.
I know.
That track almost got shut down because of it.
I know. Which is why when I showed up and I saw the sign that said 103 decibels, I went, oh, shit. I forgot. But they said I didn't break it. I came close, I bet, but I didn't break it.
I was reading through a bunch of posts about that, and from the sounds of it, based on where it is, the stand, it's pretty hard to do it unless you're in like a car that has enough grip that you can be on power really early.
Yeah.
And it's like fender dump that direction.
Well, they move it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because when I read it online, it seemed to only be in one spot all the time.
I think they moved it, or maybe they're telling you this just because, but they said that people were letting off.
Yeah.
Which is exactly defeating the point because that's how you get an entire fucking track shut down.
Yeah.
So they told us we move that thing so that you don't know where it is, so you don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting everybody if you're sitting there with your car above 103 decibels.
Laguna Seca has a decibel limit, and so people put like tips that point at the other direction and shit like that on it. Like that's not making your car quieter. It's just making your car not trigger the meter.
Yep. So that's how people still complain. So I was really happy to find out that I didn't break the 103 decibel.
Jabay kind of soft told people that they were going to NCM next year by making a post about how to make your car sound legal there.
Yep.
And there were a bunch of people like, fuck that. This is a race car. It's supposed to be loud. And I can't imagine a worse attitude to have about something.
No, I mean, of something so insignificant. I mean, 103 decibels is pretty fucking
super loud still.
The only thing I was mad about, like, had they told me, like, you need to put a silencer in there, I would have been mad because my silencer is sitting at home in the garage. I didn't think to bring it because it just stuffs right in, and then you got one bolt that goes through the holes,
right,
holds it in place. It's made for that exhaust.
Now that's gonna have to be a part you bring with you all the time.
I'll just throw it in the box and remember to bring it next time. But or if I go to a track that's a little even quieter than NCM, but
I think some of them are like 95, which is kind of getting down there.
Yeah, because it's a log scale, so
100
decibels is not close to 95. It's
3
it's a lot
dB
louder.
is supposed to be twice as loud to the human perception.
Yes. Anyways, so Friday was good. Started off. I'm in novice, which is totally perfectly fine with me. Thursday is basically open lapping. Friday is just times. They're not time session. They're just laps, like open practice laps.
Did you get any sessions on Thursday?
I didn't.
Okay.
I could have. Didn't.
Okay.
Just got there and got settled basically because like the track has hours. It's from 8 to 5:30. It's a hard shut off at 5:30.
Yeah.
In fact, my session on Saturday got shut down like a lap short because we pulled into pits with 64 seconds to spare.
All right, then.
So Friday we started practice, and in novice groups, so like, if you think you're one of the faster cars, line up in the front. So like you got guys in like new Corvettes, new Camaros, and put them to the front. And then, guys in Hondas and stuff kind of towards the back. And then I was like, well, I've never been here. I've not so much as even done a sim lap on this. I've just watched videos. I've thank you, Clayton, for your track notes. I read them constantly. It only helped a little because I'd never actually been there.
Can I see that?
Yep. So we lined up. I kind of set myself in the middle. So we go out there and we do our first lap. Like 20-minute sessions is what we do all day. So we go out, we do our pace lap, which of course none of us have ever been there, and we kind of fuck it all up. So the guys went out way too fast and almost caught the guys in the back, which kind of screwed it up. But we got black flagged on the first hot lap because somebody's exhaust tip fell off. So they brought us into pits, collected the exhaust tip, then we go out again. And so we go, again, pace lap basically, and then you go your flyer. And I blew through turn... Can I see the map?
Yep, sorry.
You're fine. I blew through turn 12, deception. I blew through...
Yeah.
So I went to the runoff. 4 off, because I decided not to jump the curbs. I just went around the curbs, because I knew I'd screwed it up, because I took the wrong line. Then came in, talked to them in pits, like, what happened? I was like, I took the turn wrong. Okay, nothing more to it. I've never been here before. Took it wrong. Okay, send me back out. And then... by the time I got on what would have been my actual flyer, checker flag. I didn't get to record a time. So session 2,
you're in the back.
I am in last. Or I guess technically I did a lap in 16 minutes because I never triggered the start finish because of the black flag and then my off. So I had a 16-minute lap. Session 2, I guess before I get ahead of myself, we get to the driver's meeting, and the guys in front are already complaining because, like, well, that was a terrible pace lap. I caught the guys in the back. We should be, it was all about me. I was like, this is the first fucking practice session.
Chill, bro.
That picture of that Michael Burchak posted on the group of me clearly annoyed.
Yeah.
That was me in that driver's meeting looking at the guys complaining about the pace of the first goddamn practice session. I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
Check your fucking ego at the door. I don't care how fast your car is. This is fucking practice.
Especially in the novice group.
Yes. No, I bet none of us had been to that track before Thursday.
And to me, in the novice group, faster car just means worse off.
Yes.
When you do it. When. It's just going to be worse.
Yeah, so the guys that were in the first probably 4 spots thought they were hot shit.
Of course they did.
I mean, they thought very highly of themselves. Everyone else in that group was holding them up, and they were so worried about their lap times. And then I'm sitting here going, I had a 16-minute lap. Shut the fuck up. I'm learning. I was so mad. Go out to the next session. We nail our pace lap. It's perfect. We evenly space out. No one catches anybody. Like, the front doesn't catch the back. It's great. I still managed to fuck it up because
come on, Robbie.
I'm in the back and I immediately catch the car in front of me because he's actually should be in the back and I should be probably in the middle.
Right.
So I think I passed 4 or 5 cars and registered like a 248 or something. Way off pace for me. And I'm not saying it should be dramatically better because I'm definitely not any better. I was driving like shit the whole weekend. So we come in and same thing. Guys are complaining because something wasn't right. And so I finally was able to go out on the last session and put down a 236, which was somewhat closer to like where I should be starting the weekend at. But yes, I'm trying to think where I should go from there. But yeah, I mean, it took me 3 full sessions
most of the day.
Most of the whole day really to get even somewhat of an idea where I should be. Because they start with the weekend on Friday with pace laps. That's not enough. That track, 2 laps, slow pace, doesn't do you anything. In fact, a 20-minute session is literally 3 laps.
Yeah.
You get your out lap, you get 3 hot laps, you get an in lap. That's a 20-minute session.
Yeah. It's a huge track.
This track is perfect for time attack.
I think that this is one of the best tracks you could do time attack on, because there's a lot of high speed corners where downforce can shine, which is the cool part of like high level time attack. And secondly, like time attack shouldn't be about who can go fastest in a straight line.
No.
It should be about who can go fastest through corners. And this track barely has enough straight lines to matter.
Agreed.
I think that's why this track is so cool.
No, this track is absolutely
I love
perfect.
technical tracks.
Because Saturday I ended the week. I ended Saturday by literally only doing 8 laps. The whole fucking day, 8 laps.
That's wild.
It's really hard to learn a 3.2 mile course in 8 laps.
Yeah.
I went through way less gas, which is really weird to me because it's such a long track. I'm like, I'm gonna go through fuel like crazy. No, because I'm spending so much less time with my car at max. I went through maybe a little more gas than I do at a weekend at Topeka in 2 days. And it was really weird to me.
Well, it's because it's not like Gateway where you're flat out for 3/4 of the lap doing 150 miles an hour.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I used almost the same amount of gas as I did at the 2-day events at all the other tracks we've been to this year. It's just totally different setup.
I think that's cool though.
It's like I said, I think this is perfect because this track separates the experienced from the non-experienced.
Yeah.
And it totally showed in me because my inexperience was showed all the way through. Because like going through 13 through 14 into 15, after 15 you're going uphill, and then if you listen to the like Andy Pilgrim talk about going through the course walk, he says you cut in close on 16 because like halfway across the track it just kind of falls off.
Yeah.
So if you take like what would be the theoretical line, you'll blow through it, which I did. I went 4 off at 16 as well.
Oh, Jesus.
So you needed to cut in real tight on 16 and then late apex it, but you have to stay tight. And it's just those things that you wouldn't know that until you've done it or had him walk you through it. But you could see like I'd come up 14 full throttle, top of 5th, basically. Not top of 5th, but well into 5th. And then I would brake at 15, coast uphill, brake again because I'm a pussy.
I get it, Robbie. I get it.
Because I can't see where 16 is, so I would brake twice. I did the same thing, like just my inexperience showed going into 1A too. I'd brake early, and then readjust and brake again, which just scrubbing time, not speed correctly, which is crazy to watch. Because Tom O'Gorman was there. I've honestly never had a chance to really appreciate his driving.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. There's a reason he's a pro.
Oh my God. So I'm comparing just 1A to myself to watching him do it. He's in it'd be the T1 class for the Camaro he's got.
He's got a newer, I think SSLE.
It's an SS, but it's got like 1LE
It's a
body
1LE.
parts on it.
Oh, it's not a 1LE?
It's an SS with a 1LE body
okay.
kit.
Okay.
And it's got Honda on the hood. It's really funny.
Well, he's a Honda driver.
Yep. But I would brake at like 4, thinking I'd actually done something with my life. And then I watch him come in.
And brake at 2.
Carrying way more speed than me. Brake at 2. Make the turn flawlessly. And then go into 1B. Just smooth as could be. At the perfect speed. I'm going, what the fuck? He's so much better than me. I have so much to work on. But that's why this, to me, this course is perfect for this event.
I think this is like, for a first time going there, this track is one of those tracks where like tons of autocross experience will show.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I mean, it's wild.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you got to get a Assetto Corsa.
I do now
because Gil fixed all these problems.
Yeah, I got that now. I have 3 sims on my computer now.
Gil just this week released
NCM.
an NCM map for Assetto Corsa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. yeah, it was kind of funny because whatever. I have my times from Heartland, that the last SCCA event national tour we were at.
Yep.
Where I finished 7th overall. Mm-hmm. With a time of my lap time was 1:53.5.
Yep.
And then Matt Gibbons won with 1:53.04.
Okay.
So I was like half a
Real
second,
close, yep.
half a second off of him. He finished. Matt Gibbons finished 33rd with a lap time of 2:21.23.
Okay.
I
Flip to the left.
last page finished 106th.
Oh.
With a best lap time of a 2:31.8.
So yeah.
So, one, I didn't drive very well, and two,
You got a lot to learn.
I have a lot to learn. So it just shows that someone that I could keep pace with. Again, I had slicks at the time, where I was on RS3s at this event,
Right.
which again should add a couple of seconds.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, I went from being like half a second off pace at Heartland to not even in the same ballpark.
And I guess, I don't know, do you know that that's the
See that
same
list,
car he
Robbie?
ran?
Yes, because
Like-
he actually wrecked it.
Part for part?
Yeah, he actually at an event a few weeks ago, because I was talking to him quite a bit because I was very social. I was actually talking to him quite a bit because he recognized me from Heartland, so we talked for a
cool.
while. He actually got into a not a fender bender, but he got dinged up pretty bad in an event. So like they fixed all the body parts on it, so it's the same car.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe he'd, put some more power in it or
No.
put some more tire on it or, done something that also helped him.
Wow,
No.
this list is annoying. So this is last weekend. I'm going to read down through the placement for the cars only. Viper, Corvette, Camaro, Corvette, 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 Camaro, Viper, Camaro, 911, Corvette, and then it just kind of goes from there.
So once again, like we noticed it at the national tour we went to at Heartland Park, if you want to go fast, buy a GM product.
Apparently.
Or a Viper. The Vipers were fast.
So, like Grid Life has shown us many times, if you want to go fast, buy a Viper, a Vet, or an Evo.
I don't see any Evos on here.
There wasn't
but
really any Evos.
That's
there.
There's a Tesla 3
Yep.
in
Yeah.
position 15.
Yeah, that Tesla 3, he has a SS1LE that he has nothing but trouble with for some reason.
So he's got takes
Well, it's
the
got like-
So
Tesla.
that was
It's got
his
like-
backup car.
Yeah, it doesn't have like an insane amount of horsepower.
Model 3
No.
performance?
His Camaro.
I don't know. It's a one-lap car.
Yeah.
I think it might be a supercharged car.
Well, then
Not a factory
One-
supercharger,
well,
but a
the-
supercharged car.
one of the guys that listens to the show, and then also does the one lap with his Camaro. It's gone. He lost it on Thursday.
Oh, no.
Yep. So one lap, one LE, I think is his Instagram.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
that's the guy with the Model 3.
Oh, that's the same guy. I thought.
One lap, one LE.
Yeah, his Camaro's gone.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
that
the guy. I
sucks.
thought he just had mechanical issues.
No, I see. There
I
was
misunderstood
there was another guy with a Camaro that was having mechanical issues. I'm confusing the two right now.
Okay, no, the one lap, one LE, because I follow him on Facebook. 'Cause
Same
I
here.
don't use Instagram. But yeah, he was out there with his Model 3.
Yeah, but his Camaro he's stuffed into a wall.
Oh, no. That's a bum deal.
I guess I wasn't there. I didn't see all of it. I just
Right,
saw
right.
pictures that he posted after the fact of it on the roll
that
back.
sucks.
Because I really like that car.
I misunderstood that. I thought he was having mechanicals and had to go get his Model 3.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he drove the Model 3 the rest of the weekend. He came right back.
It's so cool. They're so annoyingly fast.
Yep. But yeah, so Saturday I was driving a little better. I was able to actually put some laps in. Again, just learning the track, mistake after mistake after mistake. Just
Do you think in that situation where you're trying to learn, was the track sprint helpful? Or did they run
yeah.
Did they run some of the stuff that you didn't run anyway?
So for the track sprint,
Because they ran quite a bit. It was a long run, wasn't it?
kind of, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the track sprint was Saturday morning.
Yep.
And that was the only real issue they had all weekend was that the timing was screwed up because they would normally run it in the van. Excuse me. But then they tried to run it remotely, and the power lines that crossed the track right in between the tower and the track were interfering with the transponders and the timing. So they fought that
60 hertz, baby.
everyone was supposed to have 3 laps. But after the first session, they had to drop it down to 2 because they knew already that there was no way they were going to make the times. So, yeah, the track sprint was started at turn 6 and then went through to 14, and then instead of going back on course, you cut in back to the front straight, and then you finished. Where did we finish? Oh, right after 3. Right after turn 3. So it was about a minute. I did it in a minute 20. I mean, that wasn't an impressive time by any means, but it was
quite a bit shorter than the ones we did at Topeka.
Yeah, it was, because Topeka you did a good chunk of
basically
the lap.
the whole track.
But
I think that's the way it kind of should be, though. I think the
should.
one we did at Topeka was a little long.
I think, it should be a modified version of the track, I think. I thought it was good. I thought it went really well. They went by, first, they put everyone together by experience. So, like, Tom O'Gorman's and the experienced and advanced and pros and stuff, they go first. And then you work your way back to novice. So, like, I was last every day. And then they went by class, which they started with the slow cars, and then they worked their way to the air quotes fast cars, because I'm classed all the way up into M1, which is the second fastest cars, besides me, of course.
Short of unlimited.
Yeah. So then I had to wait all morning to get my first track sprint in, and by that point it's like 90 something degrees, so it was hot. But I thought it went really well. I thought it was a good chance to learn those turns, just kind of focus on the fact
absolutely.
hit those at a little bit different speeds and learn them, and then. By the end of the day, I had 2 time sessions that day, and I'd worked my way down to a 2:31. My goal was to break 2:30. Never did it, though. Sunday, I just got slower because it was 95 degrees, and
It's too much.
Yeah, just track fell off. And, I mean, those tires were junk before I even started. So,
So I'm flipping through these results here.
Yeah.
Here's a name that most any podcast listener who follows road racing at any level will know. Andy Hollis. He's a pretty well-known guy. 71st.
he was in a Miata.
Yeah, but
he
he
was
took
still fast.
He took second
At Heartland.
at Harlan Park.
Yep.
Second place. It doesn't matter what Andy's in. He's annoyingly fast.
Very fast.
So, yeah, 71st. That shows you how wild that event was.
Yep. So taking pictures from the timing tower, because I was up there doing announcing and stuff with all my friends. I was doing a good job, man.
Careful, Robbie.
I was out there.
Careful, Robbie.
I was out there making friends. Also, because I totally forgot about it, because I had such a long time before I actually had to do my time session, I was able to get everything ready, duck out after the driver's meeting, went to the Corvette Museum.
Oh, did you?
I did. I had time because
Nice.
the driver's meeting was done at like 8:05.
Yeah.
And then I didn't drive again until like 11:30.
Oh, perfect.
So like let's go. So I jugged Jess to the Corvette Museum. They actually had that the 80 whatever the concept car. There's only 2 of them.
Nice.
There's only 2 of them in the world. That was super cool.
That is rad.
No, I like Corvettes. I'm not like a Corvette junkie.
Yeah, but when you're there,
You got to go.
yeah, absolutely.
And then I had totally forgotten about the sinkhole.
Make jokes about it all the time. I mean, that's just what you do, right?
What?
Make jokes about cars falling in holes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had totally kind of forgotten about the fact that was there. So then they have the cars that fell through the hole and the whole like exhibit on it. There's like one survived. The rest are all just
I think they
Trashed.
fixed one.
what was it? It drove out basically. They pulled it out and then it just started right up. But
okay.
besides some body damage, that C6 was otherwise
There's
mostly
something
unscathed.
special about that one. I don't remember what it is.
I can't remember now either off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they had those. They had the drivetrain test mule
Okay.
was there for the C8.
Cool.
Oh, that's rad.
So that was kind of cool to see. I was really hoping they'd actually have a C8 there.
Did you not get to see one?
I did, but it was some random guy that brought it to the track.
Did he
Thanks,
run?
bud.
Now he just showed up.
Oh, damn it. I want to know if he ran.
There it is. Yeah, it's just it was over it was over by the go-kart track, just sitting there. I'm like,
Michael.
I'm gonna go look at that.
That looks good in white.
It
know
looks
what?
great in white.
You know what would be Michael's perfect garage? A C8 and a new Rover.
That sounds nice.
That's a great garage.
That sounds
Great
nice.
garage. It's a great 2-car garage right there.
That sounds nice.
It's as good as it gets.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if unless you really dilly dally, you can get through there in an hour, no problem.
Yeah. I'm not going to
They're all
like read every sign. I'm not that
V8
into
plastic
Corvette.
cars.
Yeah,
How much you
they
gonna,
all kinda
it's
look the
whatever it
same.
is.
But it would be cool to see it nonetheless.
Yep, definitely go if you can. I didn't think I was gonna have time to do it, but I made time, and then this guy with his mobile.
I saw the Noble on there. That was nice.
M400. He was parked basically right next to me, so I talked to him a lot. Like a lot.
That's
He's a super nice guy. He's from North Carolina.
It's kind of like the predecessor to the Ford GT.
The Noble?
Yeah, because it's got a Taurus motor in it.
Yeah, basically. But his is twin turbo, which is he was kind of mad about because.
So what you're saying is a company that owns a barn in northern England,
yes,
built the Ford GT before Ford did.
Yes, that's basically what I'm saying.
Come on, Ford. That's
Except
pretty,
it was
pretty embarrassing.
What do they call that? There was a what is it the Ford calls them over there? They're not
the
Tauruses.
Mondial or Mondeo.
Mondeo. But they twin turbo it. At least that one wasn't turbo in the base car.
True.
You know, at least they took it and turboed it instead of just like taking it.
So Ford just basically just copied all their homework.
Yeah, so
and made it bigger
and faster and better looking.
No.
Yes, I'm gonna go with better looking.
No, you're wrong.
I'm gonna say it. Better looking. I like the Ford GT better.
That one has some taillights off of something. Those aren't GTO taillights, are they?
I don't know.
No. I don't know what they are though.
But no, I walked over there and was looking at it, and we immediately struck up a conversation. So
there used to be one of those in Des Moines.
Yeah,
and it was for sale for a while
at a reasonable price.
Yeah, Robbie. What's up with that, Robbie?
I didn't
have some bad news about the taillights.
Where are they from?
A Sonata.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a letdown.
Hey, you got one of those.
I have a Sonata hire or borrow car, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Not a huge fan.
I can't believe how much you said that car was with no options.
It's got 0 options on it, and it is $24,000.
That's too many monies. It's 12,000.
0 options.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
You can go look at it. It's not.
I don't need to look at your loaner car.
It's not good, man. Would not recommend.
So, Robbie, I'm super jealous about your weekend.
Yep. But it was super cool because like he was showing me all these pictures of the events he's taken. He's only had the M400 for a few months.
Okay.
But like he was driving it to a track event, got caught in a tornado on the way home, and he's got a picture of this like tree branch just through the fucking windshield.
Oh man,
he almost died.
Oh,
because it went through the windshield into the passenger seat and pinned him against the driver's seat.
Oh my god!
And so he had just gotten the whole car back from body and paint, and it's back to.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's just lucky. Very, very fortunate to not be dead.
Yikes!
But yeah, he ran pretty well. He ran 25th overall. He ran a 222 on his full lap.
Hell yeah!
Very quick car, very fun, cool car. But yeah, so Friday we did the potluck. And that's where I did the podcast with JB.
Live podcast
with everyone listening.
Was the food delicious?
It was good. He made his
those
gumbo.
sausages?
He made gumbo.
Oh,
yep.
okay.
I kept calling it jambalaya, and God, he got mad.
What's the difference?
Boys.
That was a lot of difference. You'll have to ask him. I can't tell you.
I think it's the same thing. I think he's just messing with you. We're gonna find out if he still listens to the show or not.
He listens. That was super fun.
Whoa!
I did a data review with Andrew with Apex Pro.
Yes.
That's how I got this shirt.
Yes.
There's a story. So yeah, we went through my data and we could just kind of see all the rookie mistakes I was making, very obvious ones. Just
right.
to let's just focus on the ones you can fix right now, just the things that you know you're doing wrong. So we did that and just kind of talked about all the time I was leaving on the table, and just it was really good because I was going out Sunday. I was more conscious of what I should be doing. Doesn't mean I did them right. I was aware of them now.
I think what's hard about that is like you go to Gingerman and there's 12 corners.
Yep.
Right. And it's like I can remember what I have to do in each of 12 corners. That's not that much of an ask. But 23, almost double, as near as well be double. That's a big ask.
Yes. And then when you make a mistake, again, it just shows how green I am at this sport, because I'll make a mistake and then I'm still not moved on from it by the time I get to the next corner.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking about the previous mistake while I make the next mistake. And that's a problem because then that just leads to more mistakes. So it's just, it was really, really good though. I learned a lot, and then it just kind of shows things to focus on for next year. God, what else did I do? Anyways, one really funny thing that has nothing to do with me, but I was just there for it. So Adam Presetto, who I've raced mid-div with all season.
Yep.
He's
Yellow
out of
S2000.
Yellow S2000 out of the Kansas City region. Registered in
For some reason, I thought he lived here in Des Moines.
Nope, Kansas City.
All right.
He registered in the, I want to say M3 class. Really not important right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that's a 200 treadwear max, and he just wrote Hoosiers when he registered. People met him, like other competitors met him as he rolled in and got set up. And they're like, "What tires are you running?" And he had Hoosiers on still because it was Friday for practice.
Right.
And the rules were you can run whatever you want on Friday. You
Yep.
change as many tires as you want.
Yep. But you can't change tires once the weekend starts.
For the track sprint, you pick a tire. That's the tire you run. They stamp them. And that's the tire you run for the rest of the weekend.
Yep.
And that's why people don't get new tires every lap or every session, and just
Trying to cost manage.
yep, puts the budget on it that people can manage. So people were like harass him about it on Friday about him running Hoosiers. Well, he's using up the rest of them, the Hoosiers that he has for the remainder of the season. Just I'm going to burn these up, then I can go to my other 200 treadwears and I can run the rest of the weekend on those. That was the plan. That's what he did.
Sounds great.
But just to be real cheeky about it, he took a marker and wrote Hoosier on his 200 treadwear.
Hell yeah, he did. And a boy.
Just poking people
Hell
all
yes.
weekend. It was so good.
As he should.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch that all transpire because that
God, that even looks like the color a Hoosier would be. You know,
just
the
some like
wording.
off white.
Yeah, it's
marker.
like not really white.
It was good. Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, it was just kind of funny. Like the overall vibe was very relaxed. You know, like let's review data together. I'm an amateur by every stretch of the word.
Right.
So I'm not there to compete. There's a lot of people that are there to compete, but even then it was just like we're friends here. I can talk to you about what you're doing. You can talk to me about what I'm doing. Like we can just hang out. It was just like for being a very competitive event, it really wasn't that competitive except for like that tire situation and like the egos in novice class, which is a whole nother issue.
I saw on the group a lot of people talking about like, you know, after the weekend, like, you know, I just wanted to stop in here and thank everybody because I had this problem and that problem and I blew up my car and I crashed into a wall and my competitors were offering me co-drive spots in their cars.
Yep.
And this guy was offering me parts because I broke my power steering, whatchamacallit, and it's cool to see that.
Yeah, the overall culture was really good. They did a really good job of managing that, and like that the way it was in Topeka was basically the same way it was at Nationals, which is a very good thing. Yeah, so I talked to Andrew, got a data review, and then Dion von Molko.
Oh yeah,
he was there with Racers 360, and I saw him Friday. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna set aside time tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna make sure I want to introduce myself to you because we've talked.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows we've ever done. I want to talk to you about it. Had a wedding, and he was only there Friday.
Oh, no.
And I totally dropped the ball.
Son of a
Because
Man, what's up with all those people getting married, man? What the hell?
damn
Screwing
it,
everything
people.
up.
Yep.
Screwing his weekend up. Screwing
Screwed
your
my
weekend
weekend.
up.
Yep. So he was there Thursday, did their seminar, was there Friday doing data reviews and just showing what Racers 360 was. So I didn't want to like bother him while he's doing what could
Work.
be work for him. So I was like, well, maybe Saturday.
making money.
Maybe Saturday he can be a little less busy. I can kind of go over there and just chit chat. I waited too long. I should have just jumped in there and said like, hey, how's it going? Just take 5 minutes of your time right now and then come back later. I should.
That's all right, Robbie. You made a lot of strides in your
I'm still
social abilities.
I'm still proud of you, Robbie. I'm still proud of
I
you.
was walking into people's pits and talking to them about their car. Calvin, what's his last name?
Jillick?
Yes, he was there with his Mustang.
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't get a chance to talk to him though. I took a picture of his car when he wasn't around.
How many hugs did you get?
Michael Burchak gave me one.
Yeah, just Michael? Just Mike?
JB gave me one.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
No,
He gave
I
me-
think it does count. You know why I think it counts?
I mean, I'm listening.
Because a representative of the SCCA gave him a hug.
It's a pretty big thing.
Right. I don't think he's gotten the equivalent from Grid Life. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
that's
I see where
true.
you're going.
That's true. I
I'm
had
just saying, if you're thinking about where to align yourself, for 2020. I'm just saying.
I felt very welcomed.
That's what I'm saying.
I felt appreciated. They wanted me to be talking on the mic. They wanted to hear my opinions.
Abe needs to step up his game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I was there all weekend. I stuck around for my last session because I was bound and determined. I didn't care if it was 95 degrees. I didn't care if my RS3s.
Was it really that hot?
Yeah. It was
Not
hot.
fair.
It was hot as shit here, though, to be fair.
Dude, I thought I was going to freeze to death because I was in Minnesota, and it's always cold in Minnesota.
Dude, it was 87 degrees
It was
here.
pleasant at night, though.
Dude.
Sleeping in a tent was nice.
So Katie's mom's wedding was outside, and I was freezing my ass off.
You're not
Dude, I'll
gonna-
bet it was 45 degrees out there.
Ugh. Well, yeah, it is Minnesota. It's always 45
Yeah, I
degrees.
know. It sucks.
Wedding ruining your life again.
Yeah, exactly.
telling you, bro.
Selfish.
Selfish as shit.
It was like literally a 10-minute ceremony.
That's about the right
Drove
length.
all the way to Minnesota for that.
That's usually how that goes.
That's exactly how that goes.
No, they're usually 2.5 hours.
It's Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, well, apparently I've been
Catholics
to way
do
too
that.
many Catholic weddings.
You probably have. I think
That's where they all are.
I think they stick with you.
Thanks,
you know?
Josh.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
But yeah, so I stuck around all weekend, did the last session. Bound and determined to break 230 just for my own personal gain, but didn't. Just got slower. Everyone got slower, and as the weekend went on.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it
And
goes.
then packed up and hopped in the car, and then just drove,
Cannonball.
drove straight through. Got home about 3 a.m.
Wasn't
on
your car
Monday morning.
vandalized?
Yeah.
What?
Where'd it go? Right there. 10
Some
tenths.
bullshit. Look at that.
Just slapping stickers on my car with no respect.
Man,
Zero
here
respect.
I thought like
It's
somebody...
not. It's not even
it's
like.
not square.
No, it's just like at the worst angle ever.
thought
'cause you can
somebody would like scratched it or something like that.
No.
But to do that...
That's so much worse.
That's so much worse.
And the other side doesn't have one, so it's not equal.
Asymmetric.
And he's like,
Rude.
he goes, I only have 4 left. But you had one for this side,
To
but not one for
vandalize you?
Wow.
Rude.
I guess they weren't that
Rude.
important.
Did I vandalize him?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a 10... But we were encouraged.
Wait, no. Oh, no. I did vandalize him, but it was on the van. That doesn't count.
And we were encouraged. The bumper is supposed to have stickers
I should
on
have
it.
took a picture. One, like it looked like that sticker was like almost covered by other stickers.
Who are these people?
I noticed it, and then I was gonna go take a picture, and I forgot to.
How about the King of Motorsports sticker isn't covered?
Nope.
It's because he's too nice to people.
Yeah, people,
Did you do that
people
to
wouldn't
James?
do that.
I'd do that to me, but I wouldn't do it to James.
No.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's the rudeness right there. Sorry about that, Robbie.
Rude.
Very rude.
Well, I thought,
Restores the balance. He gave you a hug, but he vandalized your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I did have a concern going into the event because
That's a tight fit.
my fender was kind of touching my
That's
tire.
some stance life, bro.
I called it my hot boy fitment.
Hell yeah.
it's called self-clearancing, bro. Just send it.
It did.
It's fine.
It didn't break anything. I was
so
really
you
surprised.
were so not only were you like can't even get your fingers in there fitment,
Yep.
but you're also rocking different wheels front and back.
Yeah.
Fucking hot boy in here.
Yeah. So I had the 18 by 11
As you've
XXRs.
said 11 before.
Yeah, I
It
think
sounds wide, but
11.
yeah.
They're 285 RS3s in the back.
That's what everybody runs the 285 RE71 ons. I'd buy 11.
Yep. And then I have the 255s on the fronts.
What ratio of those bad boys in the back?
What do you like? 40.
285. What?
40?
Oh,
Yeah, 40.
that's not gonna work. I need a 285/30
I have two.
For why?
for a 30.
Yeah, I have 285 30s.
Well, tell me what they are when you get home.
They're,
Do you know what they're?
Yeah, they're Federal 595s.
For why?
The Porsche has a terrible tire size.
The Porsche.
Oh, no, they're used.
No, I don't want them. I just want to know what I can buy.
Oh, Federal
That doesn't
595s.
suck. Or isn't a Pirelli.
that might work.
Yeah, the Federals are all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's-
when I
that
bought
might
that
work.
clutch off that guy for the Z, he had these sitting in there. I was like, what do you want for those? Like, as a package deal. All right, cool. I'll take all that. So I took tires and a clutch.
I'll think about that. I don't even know where to buy Federals. It's like you got to buy them out of a back alleyway.
Apparently, Maxxis makes a ton of tires sizes as well.
Maxxis? I haven't
Maxxis?
seen any. I'll look at Maxxis.
Because like
that
they
would
make
be good.
they make
Hankook's
the
usually
wide
pretty good.
they make the
Nah,
wide 15, and then Nexon, the
Okay.
SUR4G. Apparently, they make a metric fuck ton of sizes.
Okay.
I guess what cup of tire you're looking at.
Just high performance summer tire.
Fair enough.
Nankang now makes a 225/45/13, which is the slick size I ran on the Omni when I had
What?
13s on.
For
it.
real?
Yeah.
225/45.
Might be a 205. I think it was
Might
a
be
205.
205 is what my R triple eights are.
But this is a 200 treadwear tire.
I'm interested. Nankang does.
Yeah, because I was gonna put.
Those are probably like $13.
Yeah, so they can't be very
You
much.
pay $1 an inch.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
I bet it's $13. Dude, I might have to get some of those.
Dude,
That's a good deal.
I wanted to put them on the Omni because I really liked the 13-inch wheel life on that thing. It was fun that way.
I think you had wider wheels than I did, though.
I have it by 10.
By 10?
Yeah, they're 13 by 10.
Yeah, they're literally twice as well.
Yeah, I ran a 225 on it by 10. It was quite a 225
Stretchy.
R888 on
Stretchy
a
boy.
13 by 10.
That's awesome. Yep.
It was, yeah. That explained because I thought they were 13 by 8s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would have been more reasonable
And
for
then
sure.
when I got them mounted, the place I had them mounted, like, this was one of the hardest tires we've ever mounted. And I just thought, like,
No, there's a hard sidewall.
yeah,
stiff sidewall.
R888s, and you guys are just bitching about nothing. Like, how hard can it be? But I had Randy take them off, and it was kind of a pain in the ass just to take them off. So, yeah, maybe.
So yeah, fun weekend. There was a camper that kept playing movies all night, like every evening. They had
That's
Talladega
cool.
Nights Thursday
Hell yeah,
night.
they did.
Friday night they had Tokyo Drift, and then Saturday night they had Rush. I was
They get it.
Jess was so tired. She's like, I'm going to bed at like 9. I'm like, I might just go over there and watch that movie with those people. I'm not going to talk to them because we're watching a movie,
Well, yeah.
but I might just like pull up a chair.
But then you can be social without being social. That's pretty good.
Next year, if they do it again, I'm for sure watching all of their movies because they had great choices. It was fun. And then there was another, because Jess and I agreed that I will get married to her on the October 5th, but that does not interfere with my Time Trials Nationals schedule that I had, so I will still be in Kentucky that last weekend. And she agreed to that.
Right.
Apparently, so did the other group sitting next to us because they're getting married this coming
Is that
weekend.
the guy who goes by Flying Gato?
He's got a
on
Prelude.
the Facebooks? Yeah, he normally has a Type R, but he crashed it at a Grid Life event.
Oh shoot! Yeah, he had a silver Prelude with him this weekend. So he had basically his whole wedding party, and then his fiance,
Yep,
and
they
then
had
some
their,
other.
their bachelor party there.
Yep, they had their bachelor party. I didn't do a bachelor party, but like
Yeah,
they were like,
I know. That's why I wanted to go with Robbie.
we totally could have we all combined together.
Yeah. Me and JB would have thrown down for you. Had as wild of a bachelor party.
Time
as I could
Trials
possibly
National was my
imagine.
bachelor party. I don't drink, so I did what I wanted to do. Jess really didn't get to do anything for her bachelorette. She went to Time Trials Nationals.
That's what she wanted to do too. God damn it!
She went camping.
There you go.
Everybody
Nice
wins.
spin on it. You went on a nice camping holiday.
Actually, that's how she looks at it, and that's how it works out for me.
Hey man, whatever she's got to do to make her happy,
She enjoyed it.
that's all
I'll
that
take
matters.
it. Yep, it was a lot of fun. I don't know what else.
I'm glad that
There
she's
was.
decided that she likes going with you.
That's nice.
Because I think it'll make it a little easier for me to talk Katie into the same thing. Because then there'll be at least one female, and she at least knows her
Yes.
already. So that'll make things a little easier.
Yep. Now Jess really likes Matt's wife.
Oh yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Thompson, who I
Yep.
race with.
Yep.
His wife's super cool, and they bring their dogs. So it's just kind of like
perfect.
when Matt and his family's there, Jess is all about it because then they can all hang out. And it's perfect.
Right.
So yeah, the Mid-Div Series next year. That's the one you want to be at when you're not at the Time Trials National Tour. Because it's gonna be
it's gonna be Robbie's series.
It's gonna be the same type of inclusive environment. Unless you're an asshole, then get out.
Can you change it to the
That's-
Rob Div?
Perfectly reasonable.
I want to run in the Rob Div.
I mean, we can call it whatever we want.
Rob Div.
Oh, I got the shirt.
Yeah.
So I did my data review with Apex Pro.
Yeah.
And I brought my extra Apex Pro and I gave it to someone else in the novice group that he could borrow because he was curious about it because they had ran out of spares.
And he's gonna buy one and use our code at checkout.
I did. I actually said it over the announcers.
Yeah, boy.
Would be Rabby.
But so there, I want to say his name is Baker, the other guy that was there with Andrew. So he's walking around
Okay.
and notices that the guy that has the other Apex Pro of ours is silver, and all the other ones that everyone else has is blue. He goes, "Where'd you get that?" And he goes, "I don't know. Some guy with the blue 240 gave it to me." And he goes, "That's super rare. That's one of the prototypes."
Oh, we ended up with a prototype one?
So
Nice.
So one of the ones we've been using since
Is a
forever is
prototype?
one of their like original ones. So Andrew goes, how about I trade you a brand new one for that one? And I go, saw my opportunity. I went, I'll do it for a shirt.
He's holding it ransom.
So he gave me this
your
shirt. But the
style.
problem, all he had was an extra large. So I'm still waiting for them to get
you a regular shirt.
me a regular shirt.
That's pretty funny.
So I still have
You should
it.
have held that shit ransom.
I still have it.
Oh, you do?
Because he left Sunday before I could go find him. Because like he went and grabbed all the stuff from everybody. And I think once he got all the Apex Pros, he just
Didn't
booked
think
it.
about it. They
So when
left.
I was on my session, I went looking for everybody to say goodbye, and then exchanged Apex Pros with him, and then just he was already gone.
Yeah.
So
Had to
I'll
get
have
back
to
to his new wife.
yeah, I'll have to mail it to him though.
Jesus.
Fucking marriage again, bro.
But yeah, really good weekend.
Good weekend then.
Talked to a lot of people.
You're good now. You don't have to talk to anybody else this year.
That being said, the power steering pump running through a transmission cooler feels really weird, so I got to fix that. that cooler might
Doesn't
be too.
work?
A cooler might
Too
be too big,
restrictive, or-
and it just screws it the flow or something. Because it felt really weird. Like
That's no good.
it just felt like
Mushy?
not even that. It just like I can't even explain it because it doesn't make sense to me. Still, it's like let's just say driving through paddock. My steering wheel is normal, and I'm driving straight. And then at speed, it felt like my steering wheel just kind of wasn't where it should be, but I was driving straight. And it just felt really weird.
Really loose, maybe?
Not even loose. I honestly am doing a horrible job describing because it just felt weird. The whole car felt weird.
Wow.
And I think it might also been because of the different wheels set up as well. And I think my alignment might be not necessarily off, askew. And I think that really showed because it ran perfectly fine all season with the same size wheels, but it might not have been right. So I think it might be wrong when you have the different size wheels.
It's more pronounced.
Yeah, and I think so I got to go through and I'm going to spend a lot of time this winter and trying to square all that up and straighten all that out. And
I think with as messed up as your car was to start with,
it's not straight. I can tell you that already.
then maybe what your best move would be to take it to a shop with a real alignment rack.
I've done that, and they've told me the car's not straight.
Right, and then take it home, put your quick trick on it, and see what it says, so you can go back to that every time.
The last time I paid someone to give me an alignment, it was the worst fucking alignment it's ever had.
Right, there's a couple shops here in town that everybody will recommend.
No, even this is one that was recommended.
Oh, really?
Their machine told them it was straight. It's not straight to the car, and it really fucked things up.
Okay,
So it was actually. So I got to kind of like adjust things because like I got fully adjustable everything.
Yeah.
So they didn't take the time to like adjust things. They're just like, I don't really care if this wheel's not centered. This is where the control
All
arm
it needs to be.
This is where the control arm put it, and now it's in the right spot.
All I
And now-
want is green check marks on my screen.
Yeah, so it's like 2 inches off center from the in the wheel well, so it's like off to the left, basically touching the rear bumper, leaving like a 3-inch gap to the side skirt.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
And the other side's
The opposite.
in the middle.
The
or
opposite. Yep.
Yeah.
which is why I spent a lot of time last year doing it on my own, getting it all lined up, and I think I probably something's not quite right again. So I'll do that again this year.
Fucking race cars, man.
No, I just want to drive the Z right now too. I want to get that done.
Before the snow hits.
Yeah, I'd like to
Which
break.
could literally be any minute.
Yeah, I want to break
might
the
be
engine
snowing now.
break the engine before the snow hits, but it'd be good to have that ready for spring.
Do you have any idea what next year's TT schedule could be?
We should be defining that in the next month.
Okay.
Because it'll follow the road racing schedule for the most part. We'll work with the TT National Tour if we can, and also kind of determine if that track in Omaha is going to be a track.
Wouldn't bank on it.
Nope. So we got some because not to air all our thoughts, but we got some other tracks that we're looking at that we think would be really fun. We can talk about it offline.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Shall we move on to some news items?
Let's do it.
Oh, God.
You all right?
Just throwing
Just
stuff at
shit's falling
myself.
over
It's
with that,
fine.
it's
No
fine.
big deal.
which is presented by Apex Pro, as you can see from this wonderful shirt that I
Stole.
You basically stole
took-
that.
I didn't steal it.
You ran up to the booth and grabbed it and ran away, didn't you?
No, he went to his car and pulled it out of his bag
Nah,
and
see,
gave it to
this
me.
story's not adding up to me.
Yeah, because you still have the Apex.
Right. I'm
do.
pretty sure you just swiped that shirt
Which
and ran
makes
out of there.
it a stolen property.
Yeah, that's great.
And somehow he bribed
Now-
him into some more shirts.
See,
too.
here we were commending you about being such a great promoter of the show and being so friendly, and here you are stealing shit from sponsors.
He handed it to me.
I mean, but you still kind of stole it.
It's fine. I'll mail him.
And you still have his very rare, don't lose it.
I can't lose it now.
I didn't realize it was that important.
It's gonna be like in the museum. someday.
I didn't have that one. I think I had the blue one.
Yep.
I think the second one we got was the blue one.
Yes.
So that first one we had
Was the
for
silver one.
frickin' forever is
Yep.
the
This is
prototype one.
The original.
It's been.
Good.
I think we're right at a year since we talked to Andrew. I think it was just getting cold.
So we've had their stolen prototype for a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll exchange it with him so he can get it back.
No, I
it's
don't think
been
so.
one.
It's been one.
One.
The time gets weird after a while.
So long.
It starts getting a little weird.
But they had a really awesome presence there. A lot of people were running they literally ran out of demo units because there were so
That's
many
great.
people using them. So they were doing data reviews literally the entire time. So it was actually kind of hard to get in there because Sunday morning was the only time I was able to actually get a chance to talk to Andrew and look at my data. And he just happened to not be busy at the time. So yeah, he was moving and shaking the whole weekend. A lot of people were running these units. I'm hoping they made a bunch of sales. Hoping they made a bunch of 1010 sales.
Shit. You know what you should have done for
that?
your bribe is tell him you'd give him back the prototype if he would send us the Bluetooth unit.
I'll do that too.
Okay. I guess we still have the prototype, don't we?
I still have it.
Okay. Work on that.
Yeah, I'd love to have that.
So the discount for the free phone mount only comes with the original unit, so you got to add that to your cart and then do the 10 cents in the promo code. Apply that.
It'll take the price off.
It'll take the price off, but check out the Bluetooth unit as well. I hope we get a chance to play with that. I really
Yeah, the
like to look at that.
OBD2 interface, which is all sorts of more data.
Yep. And there's some other bits and bobs on there, including the data review. If you want that, you can purchase that off the
Worth
website as well.
every penny.
So check that out, or if you have questions, DM Robbie or us, or
Yeah, I would love to talk about it.
hook you up with somebody. Let us know if we can help you out.
I love talking to people, and I love talking to people about racing.
That's not true. The first one's not true.
I don't know that the second one's even that true. Like, if he has to talk to people, he prefers it to be about racing.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's
a good
not to say
qualifier.
that he loves talking about racing.
Not only did I love talking about racing and to people, I like talking to people in front of groups of other people.
Yeah, see, I don't think...
talked to.
Nah, something's fucked
This
up.
can't happen twice.
This body swap happened.
That being said, JB has the headset with the mics. The all built in.
That's
the
what I want.
Wireless or not?
Michael shut me down hard when I suggested
What's the word I'm
those.
looking for? Handless, like you don't.
Yeah,
hand,
yeah, they're part of the headphones.
they're so good.
So cool.
That's why I did so well.
We're going to look like sportscasters.
I don't care.
You're
gonna
going to
be
have
great.
to get extra wide
It's gonna
tie
be great,
knots and wear
dude.
stupid suits.
I'll do that if you give me those head
I'm
units.
proud.
Well,
not gonna do that.
if you pick out one, we'll hook it up.
JB, tell me what you got. I want them.
I'm not gonna wear a suit,
I'll wear a suit.
but I'm in on the head unit. Although I feel like I still need the ability to move my mic.
You can.
That's true. If you to cough or
I
whatever.
coughed and stuff, and
Well, I'm a mouth breather, as everyone's painfully well aware of.
me too.
And so it's good for me to be able to pull my head away.
Oh, I'd grab my Hoppy refresher and then pull it aside and then bring it back.
Damn it!
Why is this
Robbie.
kid drinking at the track? Oh, no.
I was the only one not drinking in the evenings.
That's true. I'm sure.
Actually, I woke up late or early Saturday morning with like the splitting headache. It felt like I had a hangover. I think it was just because I'd overdone it and not drank enough water on Friday.
Yeah.
Then I'm going through my car trying to find Tylenol, and I don't have any. Luckily, I had like sleeping pills and stuff in my bag. One of them happened to be NyQuil. I'm like, yes, this has painkillers in it.
Close enough.
So I was able to get to sleep, and I was fine the rest of the weekend. But man, I just had the worst headache.
Speaking of headaches, the California governor reverses the on-the-spot loud exhaust ticket,
Well, that's good.
which just happened recently.
So apparently, you did not get the chance previously to
Fix it.
They didn't issue fix-it tickets. They just issued tickets,
Straight up.
Full
Expensive tickets. Oh,
$200 tickets.
yes. In case you're curious what a speeding ticket in Missouri costs, it's $130.
Noted.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't get a California exhaust decibel limit exceeding ticket, Robbie, because it's $200.
$190-something.
$197. So you dodged a bullet there.
I did.
So the reason I put this on here is because SEMA and a bunch of other things came together, lobbied for this, managed to get them to repeal this and implement fix-it tickets again, which I like because it was just kind of like a proof that we can still do things.
Yes.
Like, it's still possible for the car community to get together and make headwaves and get shit done when it comes to legislation against us.
Yes.
Not that I love loud exhaust, but yeah.
But yeah, 95 decibels on a street vehicle is not quiet. Yeah, it's not quiet by any means.
I know a lot of Harley owners would be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Except they don't get rid of any tickets because for some reason they exist in some sort of legal vacuum.
Well, that and if you have a big V8, they seem to care less too.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean,
If you had a Corvette, Robbie, you'd never get a ticket ever.
well, I mean, really, I was driving before I got the exhaust custom built at here in town. I was driving it, test driving it, and I passed a cop with open headers, and they didn't even look at me. That's a V8. It's fine.
It is Iowa,
normal.
too. It's a lot different.
If it was a 4-cylinder, I get that guy.
Yeah.
Damn Honda!
It's so loud.
Yeah. God, it drives me nuts. But
It's California. It's surprising that they got this passed.
of all places,
Of all
California
places.
got it, which is cool.
I don't even know what our legal limit is because, like Robbie says, nobody gets a
Do we
ticket for it.
have one?
I bet there is one.
I'm pretty sure
Somebody
there is
enforces
one.
it.
Yeah, it's not enforced
Yeah,
very
we
often.
do.
And it might be enforced after 10 at night or something. You know what I mean?
I think it's one of those deals where if you get pulled over for that, you fucking deserved it.
You did some other stuff.
Yeah.
That was on the list of tickets you were getting that day.
That was an excuse to pull you over
For 3 other
to,
things.
perform a sobriety test or something like that.
Or you had a damn Honda. Because that's usually who I see bitching about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, you don't
Damn discriminating cops. I was like, well, you guys are probably
Doing some-
street racing, but it looked like you were just driving next to each other and you're making a whole shitload of
that
noise.
minivan was right behind you,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Taillights don't work.
That
and
soccer
some other
mom was
shit.
honking her horn
Get
telling
the
you to
fuck
get
out
out
of
of
the
my
way.
way.
You're so loud.
9,000
It's all that
RPM.
goddamn noise.
9,000 RPM through the
Jesus.
first 3 gears, 35 miles an hour.
Every damn time. Then they're on Facebook bitching about it.
Whoop, pop, 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 shift.
Yup.
It takes a certain kind of people like Hondas. That's all I'm saying.
Apparently there's some rich ones out there, though.
Apparently there's some rich ones.
So, I don't know, man.
Robbie's 240 is still faster, but that's cool.
Yeah, it's slow.
There's probably a Honda on that list that's faster than him.
There's probably a lot of them.
I think there's a
actually.
couple S2000s.
There's a
on there
bunch
for
of
sure.
Miatas.
That's not a Honda, Robbie.
Yeah, but it's still a small car.
Still got a fucking 4-cylinder.
Fucking 4-cylinders.
I think people that do well in Miatas would be surprised if they drove a Corvette how well they would do.
It's just a fast Corvette.
I think they're just trying to,
There's one here.
What'd you find?
51st place, Justin Tylus with the 2007 Honda Civic. He was fucking fast for a 2007 Honda Civic.
What class is he in? Does it say on there?
T4.
It's not even like a wild class.
It goes street prepped,
prep,
tuner, max.
unlimited.
So he's
I mean, I suppose he's a
got
ways up
he's got a
there.
decent amount of work done to that
Yeah,
car.
he's a ways up there.
Damn
Or is
Hondas.
it street tuner prepped? I think it might be street tuner prepped.
because tuner allows you to do body kits and stuff, which would be above prepped.
Just still think it's a weird rule.
Yeah, which makes me wonder what I'm going to do with the Z, because do I have to get a spare bumper if I run that? And
When you're drifting, you should probably get a spare bumper.
where am I going to drift? There is no track.
Why are you building a drift car for
I'm
sport
not.
we can't even do
I
anymore?
got two
We don't
time
know-
trials cars
we
now.
don't know that he is now. I think when he,
I got 2 time trials
Jesus
cars.
Christ, they go out and go, which time trials car am I taking this weekend?
Exactly.
Well, so-
exactly.
what he discussed previously was one of the things that he kind of regretted about the 240 is that it's automatically top of the class, right? And
Oh, Jesus. I see where this is going.
and so
Keep, continue.
the 350Z has a stock motor in it. It's a base car. It's in a lower class.
How long until Robbie has a 2-car trailer and a Duramax?
Not soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. I see exactly where this is going.
I need a long box of Longhorn and a 2-car trailer. Dalton, let's talk.
What you need to do.
That's a lifestyle. Right?
What you need to do is set up the deal that Ryan's been trying to set up with Josh, where one of you buys the trailer and the other and the truck.
Yep.
So Dalton, because he's already got the truck.
He's got it. Yeah.
And then you buy the RV.
Oh.
And then
just follow?
When you do short, like if you're going to run down to RPM for like a Sunday fun day or a fast Friday,
Yep.
you don't need the camper.
No.
So you just
One car.
Yeah,
one trailer.
You just take the truck and the trailer. And when you're going to TT Nationals, you want the camper.
You bring it all, man.
Yeah, so you put the trailer behind the camper and you head to TT Nationals. And then it's just being fair.
Yeah, so I was thinking about pulling that diff out and throwing that 240, but I just have to get a separate diff.
I still think you should just do it to see, because it's so cheap. Just see if it gives you the result that you wanted.
Yes.
Before you sink money into it.
That's fair.
That's where I'm at.
That
It's
is-
the cheapest way to test it.
Because it would just be the 60.
Because what happens if it's worse?
Well, it definitely can't be worse.
Or, but it might
It
be.
must be better.
It has
It
to be
might
better.
be, though.
I'd be
'Cause shorter
quite
gearing
shocked.
might be worse. Or longer gearing might be worse.
No, because I'm burning through gear so fast.
Well, but you don't know,
I can't go the other direction, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think my car would do better with some longer gearing too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're. I'm assuming yours was
Mine's
geared for a 100 horsepower car.
411.
Yeah, 408.
Yeah, it's the
100
same.
100 horsepower car.
That first gear is useless.
Second's pretty useless in itself
Second's
too.
pretty close
Dude.
to useless.
I autocross in third gear with the Omni. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that I would top that car out in fifth at Harlem Park.
Yeah.
My Omni
Gateway
is
probably
so short. Oh, there's
Gateway for sure.
Dude, I would have to. I don't know that I would even take that car there
Yes.
with such a low, because that car only revs to 6,000 RPM,
And it's 5-speed?
and it's a 5-speed.
Yeah, you top out for sure.
And when I ran those 13 by 22s,
Yep.
they're not a very tall fucking tire.
No, they're not.
Dude, that car. Like I said, I autocross all the time in third gear in tracks where people were like shifting back to first, and I would never leave third.
What are you, Dalton at Hallett?
Yes.
Fucking change gears.
Dude, when I was at Marshalltown, that whole run was third gear for me.
Yeah.
I never shifted.
I don't think I ever shifted there either. That was in.
Second,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Michael had to shift.
I did a lot of shifting. Not much fun.
God, it's been so long, I can't remember.
I miss it so much.
It was a good track.
It was so much fun because it's so laid back.
Yeah, it was a
so
good time.
chill.
It was a good time.
So good.
Speaking of chill, a driver escapes a Tesla police car after it runs out of battery.
It's a misleading article. Or it's the cops trying to save face by saying they called it off due to safety reasons, not because of the battery.
He did run out of battery, but they also called it off because, quote, he was getting dangerous because he was riding on the shoulder.
Yeah, cutting around traffic.
But I question whether or not they would have continued it a little longer or called it off at the same point anyway.
There are other cop cars there that could have kept
Right.
pursuing.
Yeah.
So there is that.
But maybe that was the point where he was getting dangerous.
Maybe it was a cop out.
This is the last show. That was it. That was the last one.
That's fine. I got him.
How does that not?
I got him
that's
to
like
admit
perfect-
the Cavaliers were better than 240, so we can quit. That's fine.
I got that. No, that's fine. Me and Johan, we already talked about it.
You
on
and
our,
Johan can do a.
We talked about it on our
tents.
podcast about how we're running away together to do our own thing.
That's
so
fine.
This is the end.
Jesus Christ.
Him and I are doing. We're taking this on the road, so we're done here.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. My question is.
that's my cop-out.
question is. Why is nobody more pissed that whatever municipality this is spent $81,000 of taxpayer money on that?
They claim that within, if I remember right, because this was a news thing that I think the radio show I listened to, maybe, or somebody's
talked about it?
Somebody's talked about
somebody
it. I think we might
listened.
have talked
Maybe it was a
about it.
podcast I listened to. I don't think it was us, but they claimed that within, I want to say it was 24 months, even with the steep purchase price, it will be cheaper than gas and maintenance on a Tesla or on a
Any other
Charger.
vehicle.
Assuming it doesn't run out of charge.
Or assuming
Well,
that you
so
don't
the other
replace
thing that
any
they're
major
trying-
mechanical.
The other thing they're trying to claim is that the car was taken from one officer straight to the other without the charge period in between during shift change. And so he took it out with a partial charge to begin with.
Right.
That was their official PR release.
Right. I guess my point is they spent $81,000 on a car that was effectively disabled.
Yes. But you could run a car out of gas.
You could.
I mean, you don't know that you're not like, boy, probably should stop and get gas before I start this chase.
Right, but you can. It's still more convenient to get gas than it is to charge a car.
Way more convenient.
Right.
It's way faster.
I'm just saying.
And I'm not convinced it'll ever not
I'm
be.
curious how long it would last in a pursuit, even if it's fully charged. If he's
Well, I think-
if he's running full tilt, that 220, 240 mile range drops pretty fucking significantly
I
pretty
think
fast.
the biggest problem with Teslas specifically and their battery output isn't so much that at flat out that it reduces time, but that the battery will get to the point where it can't it's outside of its operating temperature and it will automatically call it off. Even if there's charge left on it, the battery's overheating because I want to say that they're not liquid cooled and the Porsches were, and that was like one of the things about why Tesla had never gone after a Nürburgring time until recently.
Makes sense.
I could be totally off on that.
We'll go
Probably
with it.
am.
It sounds legit.
But
We'll go
that'll
with it.
give the group something to bitch about next week.
Oh, don't worry. They have lots to
Did you see
bitch
the
about.
cheater car, the ringer car that Tesla built to do that?
No.
Worse than Ferrari.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah.
They like stripped it out. They
Yeah.
put they I can't remember how much weight they took out of it. They did a ton of shit to it. And they're like, look, Tesla did a 735, and they're like, you can't buy that car.
Porsche fanboy over here defending Porsche.
I'm telling you, bro. Bunch of fucking cheaters, those Tesla dudes.
But yeah, I think that's the bigger limiting factor for long-term output.
I mean, even my iPhone
cars.
can't last a full day in the sun. Fucking thing.
Don't put it in the sun.
Neither can your Android.
Who's leaving their phone in the sun?
Well, I guess it doesn't even have to. It was
No, the
sitting
problem
in
is he's leaving it in his
I know, and it
race car
overheats.
in the 95-degree sun with no AC, so it's 110 in his car.
Well, the Android was fine.
Was it in
Because you
your-
weren't using it.
I wasn't using this either. It was sitting in the glove compartment. I went to go check it so I could hit drive and went, wait for operating temp to drop. I was like, motherfucker.
That's why
I was literally just on my other phone.
That's why all those Androids were blowing up because they don't have those safety parameters.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I don't care if it blows up as long as it keeps going.
They don't keep
That doesn't
going.
make sense.
They don't keep going when they're blowed up.
When the
It's
face
fine.
is gone.
It's never blowed up.
Takes your pocket with it and your family jewels.
Ooh, that'd be a bad day.
Yeah.
That'd be an anti-family then.
Well, I mean, maybe we should have more Androids blowing up in pockets.
Well, yeah. Moving on.
So my point is, I just don't really see the point of spending $81,000 on
no.
this car.
I'm not convinced of their number, their claim that in 24 months a Tesla will be cheaper than a Charger,
I am all for
or whatever
them.
that time frame is.
I am all for testing this to see if it's viable, so that you have actual real world data to say, yes, this would work as a police car. No, this will not work as a police car.
I think
And I'm good with that.
the other issue is like all of the shit that's in a police car, and like they always put like high output alternators on those things and stuff like that because there's a lot of extra
it's
electronics,
Yep,
and they've always got them running because of that.
that's a good point.
And you can't,
How do you do that in an electric car?
yeah.
Yeah,
I would
that's a
think
good
that
point.
Just drain the battery.
Police cars are incredibly power consumptive, and so like that's not going to work well in an electric car. I can see like a plug-in hybrid version of like a Charger. Like Dodge would never do that because this is America. But if they did, that would make sense.
That would.
That would be fine. I could handle that. But Yeah, I don't see this working unless they had like stakeout spots with chargers in them, like in the middle of the interstate or something. I don't know. That's all I got.
I got a great business venture. Donut shop with
chargers
at every spot.
Right off the interstate.
Right off the interstate.
Right off.
We'll make up the profits on the high price donuts.
That works.
Free charging.
Yes.
For cops.
Yep.
It's like QT. They do free fountains.
Oh, do they?
Cut way back on crime
At the Q.
at
That's
QTs.
fucking brilliant.
Genius.
That is
Law
so.
enforcement gets free fountains.
That is so smart.
Yeah, I
That is
would
brilliant.
only go to QT then.
Yeah, and so you never know when spontaneously
There's gonna be a cop in there?
could show up at a QT.
Let's just assume they're there.
Dude, the
Probably
one,
are there.
The one that's right down the street from the place I work at, there's a sheriff there all the time.
Yeah.
Well, before we go out for night work, a lot of times we'll stop there, and there literally will be 4 sheriff cars in their parking lot, and they're in there just like chatting each other up and getting their fountain drinks.
That's great.
It's brilliant.
Good job, QT.
Yeah,
Plus, their what do they call those? Torpedoes?
torpedoes. Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh Jesus.
They're so
Rooster booster.
The rooster booster.
That's all I can say about it.
You know what I was really disappointed about?
I mean,
There's lots of things, of
let's-
course.
Life.
This is America. I'm very disappointed
Waking
all
up.
the time. Yeah.
I woke up
I woke
again,
up today. It was
son
pretty
of a
disappointing. But
not quite suicidal, but if I didn't wake up, just don't wake up. You know, it's fine.
Sorry, I didn't
All my-
mean to make it so dark.
all my
It was a
problems
joke.
go away if I
it
don't
was a
wake up.
joke. Everybody relax. It was just a joke.
I've
It's meme culture.
got
Come
3
on.
life insurance policies on myself. It's
Oh,
fine.
I'm worth way more dead.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, but you're not
Don't
worth
tell-
more to anybody.
Don't tell my beneficiaries.
Where was I going with this? Disappointed. Oh, I was listening to Dinner with Racers on Tuesday after I was back at work getting caught up.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
talking about it was on whatever episode it was on. He was talking about how they had to be somewhere the next day, so they were trying to get some caffeine and whatnot. And
Yeah.
the gas station person's like, no, you should try this Rhino Boost, whatever, because it doesn't have ephedrine, but it has ephedra extract. So I'm
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
why didn't I know about this last night?
Dude, you got to get Spike.
Fedra extract?
Spike is just, it comes in like the same size can as every other energy drink. But like if I think a Monster has 120 grams of caffeine in it.
Yep.
Spike is 350. And from experience, it'll make you feel really, really weird.
I believe it. I just drank coffee, but had I known about Rhino, whatever it was
I've
called,
never
I probably
heard of that.
I probably would have tried
I'm
it.
in on that one.
It had ephedra in it.
Can I recommend you a
ridiculous.
5-hour energy?
Yeah, because he's like, because he's asking him like, does any of this work? And she goes, you should try that one.
Oh boy.
I've never heard of that. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, Rhino something.
Huh.
Rhino shot or
To
something.
the Google.
Yep.
Math has determined the best place for you to park, Robbie.
Let me solve this for you right now. You drive into a parking lot, and you kind of go in towards where you want to be. And you cut in towards the parking lot, and you park in the first fucking spot you find.
As a parent, I park next to the cart corral.
Why?
I like that.
Oh, because you can just
Because my
bring
kid's in
Offload?
the car. I can't just like walk away from him, but I'm not an asshole, so I put my cart away.
That's nice. That was
But
good.
I want to be close to the cart corral so I don't have to walk so far and I can get back to my child.
I hate the people that sit there and wait for someone to back out while I'm behind them.
Just take a 5
I hate them as a person. I hate them.
I think that what America needs is no parking zones for the first 100 feet outside of any front door.
I got one better.
Fat people park further away.
Fat people park in the back.
It's terrible.
They need
like
to
Is
be-
it though?
They need to be
I
walking.
liked Michael's idea of pro sports stadiums where all the seats are pedal bikes, exercise bikes,
And that
The power of the
the
stadium.
power of the lights. And if you don't keep moving, then the lights go out and they can't play the game anymore.
Genius.
You fat fuck.
Oh, it's terrible.
Stuffing
You can't-
nachos and shit in your face.
You can't say that.
Yes, you can. America is so stupid. All we do is we sit on our ass at home, watch TV, watch other people work out, and shove as much food in our fat fucking hole as we
empty
can.
calories.
And drink empty calories.
Thank you.
It's ridiculous. I don't understand this culture of watching sports. I do not understand.
I
it.
like watching sports, but I don't eat that shit. Well, I do eat that shit sometimes, but I work out.
I get it.
But like people do it like as a hobby.
That's their life.
That's what they do. Like in the way that we do cars, they just sit at home
and watch sports and shove things in their face.
Yes, and worship those people.
I don't do that. Especially because they all fucking suck on my team right now.
Also, a lot of them are terrible human beings.
Yeah.
That's because people ain't no good. It
They're
doesn't
thugs,
matter.
Robbie. Half of the NFL are thugs.
Criminals. They
If
are criminals.
they made a no felony rule, they would not have a league.
Also, just because you have a lot of followers does not mean that your opinion fucking matters. So shut the fuck up and just run the ball to the end of the fucking field. That goes for all of them, and that includes actors,
Podcasters?
Yeah,
podcasters. We're not
Bunch
famous,
of
though.
assholes.
We have, our opinion don't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter.
Most of the time, we don't take ourselves seriously.
Oh, God,
if you
no.
take anything we say on the show seriously,
Yeah, I'm sorry. That wasn't the
you
point.
shouldn't, man.
You shouldn't. Also, like the other day, I was at the gym and I was watching something, and it was like, they were trying to. I can't even remember. I should have taken a picture of it because I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, so it's a newscast, and they're talking about
Okay.
something political. I'm sure it
course
was
they were.
related to Trump, and it was they were saying like a professional's perspective or something like that. Like they were giving credence to this person's opinion,
Like an
about
expert
the,
of
yeah,
this?
an expert's perspective or something like that. It was Robert fucking De Niro. I was like,
Oh, yeah. I did.
what the fuck is he's
He's
a
got nothing-
goddamn actor? What does he know about
got nothing to do
politics?
with it.
He's not. Oh my god! Like, what the fuck are we doing? This country sucks.
You don't know what his history was before he was an actor?
He's been an actor forever.
Maybe he has a poli-sci degree.
That doesn't mean anything.
I'm just trying to be
Just
devil's
saying,
advocate
Speaking of
here,
somebody
Rob.
with degrees, it doesn't mean anything.
You get a job at Target with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that
You could be.
I worked at Target. You have to have a 4-year degree to be what they call a store executive.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody who worked there as store executives had bullshit 4-year degrees.
Oh, yeah. I get it. There's people
fashion
really-
and poli-sci and history stuff.
Yeah, art history.
stuff.
Art history.
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can't work your way into that position no matter what, unless
Yeah,
you
you
have
have
a
to have a
4-year
degree.
But it doesn't matter what it is, which is the most bullshit rule I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
Because there were people that worked at that Target that had been there for 15 years
And they would have been the
or
best
10
for the
years
job.
or whatever, however long that store had been open. And they were way more qualified to do literally any job in that store than most of the morons that were, quote, running it. But they weren't really.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't go to those people for help.
No.
If you needed it as an employee, they were useless.
That's pretty typical of corporate America. Ooh, we'd promote you, but you don't have an MBA. It's like, wait, so I'm qualified, but I don't have a degree, so therefore I don't have an advanced degree, so therefore I can't have this job.
This kid who's been out of
Snot-nosed
school
kid,
for
yeah.
6 months, he's going to get it instead.
Right, he's going to make $110,000 a year, and you're stuck some stupid middle management
He
job.
deserves it, though, because he went to school.
He did work harder than I did. I was never in that position. I'm just saying. Many people do face that issue, though. That is a
you
genuine.
have a 4-year degree,
I do have a 4-year
that you
degree,
don't use.
That I don't use.
but not to work at Target.
Correct. I love it when the people
I'm just
call
going to
me.
stay out of this conversation.
Call 'em-
Yeah, but not only did you go get your degree, but you were using it.
That's true.
I mean, and you've earned the position you're in regardless.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, both my degrees are relevant to what I do.
I got bored driving home from Minnesota, and I was listening to some really old shows because sometimes it's funny.
Ours?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes it's funny to go back and listen to our
You must have
perspective.
listened to everything on the internet.
Everything much better.
And I dropped in on one of them where Robbie was mid Masters attempt.
Oh, God, what a waste of time that was.
So funny.
I remember that ruining your life now.
That was so
Now that I
bad.
Think about it.
It was so bad.
Oh, it was great.
What a waste.
Oh well.
I mean, it didn't cost me anything.
Life moves on.
The podcast is much more important.
Which is super sad, but I'm strangely okay with it.
I'm good with it.
I've made a lot of weird decisions in my life in the last 3 years because we do this stupid show every Wednesday night / Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's good times.
So
Is there-
basically,
Yeah.
this paper.
The news.
Yeah, what was their
This paper, Simple Parking Strategies in the Journal of Statistical Mechanics, Theory and Experiment,
It's a riveting read every month.
Written by physicist Paul Krapvisky of Boston University and Sidney Redner. I got that one. It's Santa Fe Institute. So basically, they broke people into three different parking strategies into three different types: meek, prudent, and optimist.
This is like
That's too. We're
It's
too far
rigid.
down the
It's
rabbit
too
hole.
rigid.
Dude.
they
not-
put. First of all, if I were a physicist, like
So much better things you could be doing.
how much of my life have I wasted?
To be
that
talking
I've
about
gotten
parking
to
strategies.
a point where as a physicist, I am writing a paper for a journal about the most efficient strategy for parking.
Now, see,
To be fair, they've wasted less time than we've wasted on this podcast, and the time that we've wasted of everyone that's listening to this
Yeah,
podcast.
but look how much fun we've had.
look how much better the world would be if we hadn't made this podcast.
I don't think it would be any better.
Cancer would be cured.
No, for sure would not.
Not with
I
this
would
group.
not have done anything more productive if I wasn't here.
Literally everyone would have a better 401k. Everyone.
I wouldn't.
Everyone. Yes,
No
you would.
way,
yes,
dude.
you would.
No, 'cause I
Yes, you
wouldn't
would.
be-
No, see, I would have bought something else.
I wouldn't be at work.
You'd be at work.
If I was not here, I wouldn't just be at work instead.
No.
I'd be sitting at home on the couch.
No, but you wouldn't be influenced by.
He said you buy less crap.
Yes.
I haven't bought anything. I don't have any money. And I didn't have money before the show. That hasn't changed.
I think you'd be better off.
Okay. Anyway,
Disagree.
So,
entirely. I
you
would
could-
have literally no friends.
you could probably
like, you don't
discern
want friends
what
that ain't no
this
good.
means by meek, prudent, and optimist. Optimist means you look for
The best.
parking spot in the front. Prudent's kind of whatever. And meek is you just go to the back because you suck. You know what I mean? So you're automatically going to the back of the parking lot because you don't think you're going to find anything. So yeah, that's the categories that they tried breaking this down into, and I think wasn't it optimist that they decided was the best.
They're wrong.
Yeah, just find a spot, man. Whatever's open.
Basically, they said don't go to the back of the parking lot immediately.
No. Don't do that. But
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, no, they said prudent.
prudence
Sorry,
the best.
prudence.
Yeah,
Prudence the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the middle
absolutely.
ground.
So don't go to the front automatically and try to look around, and try to find a spot.
No,
up
don't
front.
circle. You
don't
basically-
just go to the back and park and walk up.
No, you just go in, pick a line,
Try to find a spot in the middle.
swing a left into the parking lot, drive in, and the first one available.
See-
Drive shitty cars, park next to the cart corral.
The other thing about this, Adam, is I would bet, because they're statistic nerds, that they thought about this in their free time.
I also would be willing to bet that there was some sort of government grant money involved in the creation of this study and that you and I paid for this.
Shall we stop now?
You think I'm wrong?
You're not wrong.
They're using this because so one of the things that everybody hates, that car haters hate about cars, is the massive waste of space that is parking lots. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that they think autonomous cars that we don't own as an individual will solve. Right?
won't, but
If
sure.
all cars were group funded or were however that system's going to work, and I ride hail a vehicle when I need it, and then it goes off to the next person when I'm done, and it never parks, we don't need as much parking spaces.
Okay.
And that's where this is coming from. They're trying to tie this in somehow. So they researched the most efficient way of parking, and it's either some government grant or some I hate cars think tank who's trying to rid the world of this disease that is the automobile.
I'm glad you worked a conspiracy theory
They're
into
probably
this week's episode.
probably based out of Minneapolis, and they're probably terrible human beings. Just miserable people who ride their bicycles everywhere.
Well, he is from Boston.
Boston's not that bad, is it?
It's pretty.
What do they do there? That's so bad.
The Patriots are there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think
Yeah, exactly. A bunch of fat people.
Minneapolis has it out for cars. 100%.
There's so much snow there. They just want snowmobiles.
No, they want bicycles.
You can't ride bicycles in the snow.
Yes,
Don't-
you can. You get
don't
those
tell
stupid
them
tires
that.
and you look stupid.
No.
No,
No,
people do it.
The last time I was in
Yes.
Minnesota, I almost couldn't drive my pickup with
No,
four-wheel
dude.
drive in the
No,
snow.
dude.
That's
Nah.
how bad it was.
Minneapolis, it's a hipster city,
Oh, I'm aware.
and they love their bicycles.
That was the city I was almost stuck in.
They outlawed drive-throughs, Robbie.
That's stupid.
Did you not see that?
No, I did not. I live in my own little bubble
The
where I'm
city
very
of
happy.
Minneapolis has a law now where any new building cannot. If you have a drive-through, you are grandfathered in until a remodel.
Good.
And any new building cannot build a drive-through. So you build a bank, you build a restaurant, you build a pharmacy, you build any of the things that have a drive-through, and you can't put one on it.
That's so annoying.
The problem with that is then you have to park.
That's well, okay. So you're telling me that instead of allowing soccer mom and her band of children, her soccer team in her 8-row Suburban,
It's okay because they're playing a sport. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're not watching the sport.
But-
They're playing it.
but you're telling me that it's better for her to park her car and get her gaggle of children, all dozen of them, out of that vehicle and have them walking in the streets to go into the bank is better than having her run through the drive-through where the kids are never at danger on the street. You're telling me that's better?
See, he has different perspectives because he has
children,
kid,
yeah.
yes.
Well, no, that's just me not wanting to run over kids.
Yeah, but see, I never would have thought of that.
Or
on my
like
own.
if
It
you,
totally makes sense.
Or if you have to go into the bank.
Yes.
Now so does she.
Right.
So
Now
she's
we're
going to
all-
be in front or behind you, and those kids are going to be running around you, and they're just going to be there.
Which means you're going to go to a different store.
It means I'm going to go to a different bank.
Yeah.
But because they have the grandfather clause does not apply to remodels, at some point
There will be
in
no
the
drive-throughs.
frankly not that distant future, those won't exist either. And when I was reading through that article, there was a business owner. He owns a daycare where people drop off their children. And what I can only
It's the
assume
equivalent
is
of a drive-through.
what I can only assume is like some sort of downtown situation.
Mm-hmm.
And they removed the parking in front of the building that he is located in for bike paths, Robbie.
Don't get me started.
So
on the bike
now,
path.
for the people to drop their children off at his daycare, they have to park multiple blocks away, which means they immediately quit bringing their kids there and found a different daycare.
Of course they did.
And now he's in the potential of going out of business.
That's insane.
And to me, he has every right to sue the city for that.
Yeah, that's going to get ugly for sure.
Hopefully somebody takes that up for free.
I think I am not the type of person that sue. I think that we are wildly frivolous with our lawsuits in this country.
Yes, we are.
But I think he's got a ground to stand on that one.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
That's some horse shit.
But that town is on a war.
I didn't like that town anyways.
Probably better wrap it up before it gets any more political than it is.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week.